What's up? How's everybody doing? It is your boy, Stephen D, and we are live on this Tuesday night special edition Dolphin Chat. Hashtag awesome. Hashtag absolutely amazing. Hashtag ladies night. Hashtag get in where you fit in. How many other hashtags can I do? But it's going to be awesome. That's all I know. It's going to be a lot of fun tonight. I hope that you're excited. I hope that you're revved up because it's going to be a lot of fun tonight. We got a super size, kingly size, amazing big show tonight. Bigger than anything I've ever done on the network as far as I'm concerned. I'm just trying to get cool points with everybody. So I'm just going to say that. Okay. I'm just going to say that right off the bat. If you're here for the first time, welcome. Welcome to the channel. This is the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. If you have not done so already, on your way in, hit the like button, give it a thumbs up. We can't grow without your help. We need you. So make sure you guys hit that like button, hit the thumbs up. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. All right. Making sure that you guys are here and always a part of the good time that we have right here on this channel is absolutely amazing. What do we have on this channel all the time before I dive into it? I'm going to bring the ladies on. Just hold your horses. Take a chill pill. We're going to get there. Each and every weekday morning, we have Clock Blockers, home of the #1 Miami fan morning show. I am the person that hosts the show. It's absolutely amazing. We do it every morning. It's a Miami sports morning show. All right. You could go to, ESPN. You can go to First Take. You can go to all these places, but you're never going to get the coverage that you get like we do each and every weekday morning at 9 a.m. right here on Clock Blockers. Awesome. Amazing. All right. We have special guests on here all the time, but tonight is going to be the show. What do we got going on tonight? Well, tonight is Dolphin Chat, the ladies of Dolfan Nation. It's ladies' night, being a lady of football. We're going to have Dolph Freaky up here. And it's her birthday, by the way, y'all. It's her birthday. So when we get up here, I need y'all to go crazy. We're going to have a great show. We're going to have 305 Sports Babe, my girl. Oh, so excited. We got Pamela. We got Elise. We got Miss Finns. I'm telling you, I've never seen so much aqua and orange in my entire life when it comes to the ladies. I'm just saying, it's a big deal tonight. It's a big deal. Okay. So I hope you all truly enjoy it. I want to remind you guys, if you guys want to donate to the channel and help the channel grow, what we do is each and every week, and this is good just for tonight too, we do a weekly giveaway courtesy of ZSM Sports, sponsor of the show. They're absolutely amazing. If you donate in increments of $5 at all, whether it's tonight, tomorrow, whenever, up until Friday afternoon, what we're giving away this week is a Javon Holland, Brandon Jones autographed 8x10 photo, which is great, courtesy of ZSM Sports. So if you donate to the channel, you'll get a chance to win this awesome Blitz Boys limited edition autograph 8x10, courtesy of ZSM Sports. It is JSA certified as well, so it's pretty cool stuff. So donate on Cash App or PayPal. MSM Podcast Network is what we use on Cash App or PayPal. You can donate right here on the channel. A lot of good stuff. Want to give a big shout out to our big sponsor of the show, Tail Greeter. Absolutely amazing sponsor. All these ladies that you see tonight, they've hung out at the tailgate. I believe every one of them has. And if they haven't, they're going to this coming up year. I know that. Okay. And Tail Greeter's been a big part of that. And we love Tail Greeter. Shout out to Nick. Shout out to Tail Greeter. Download the free app today on your current Apple or Android device. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is we're going to have a big show. So I'm going to bring people on one at a time. So the first person I'm going to bring on, because it's really important that I bring her on first, because it's her birthday. All right. I'm going to bring on Dolph Freaky. What's up, Dolph Freaky?
What's up, Steven?
What's up? How are you?
I'm great. I'm having a great day.
Well, I mean, first of all, happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Happy birthday. We'll sing happy birthday later to you. But what have you done today? Because it's been a big day for you.
I worked.
That's what you do on your birthday. Grown folk stuff. Hashtag adult.
That's what happens when you have a birthday during the week. Like, I had to work 8 to 5 today. And like, the funny thing was that like they kind of surprised us and were like, the big bosses are coming in today. So I spent like extra time yesterday getting ready for this, and then they never showed up. So I stayed late at work today, waiting, and then they never came. So I might have them waiting for me when I get to work tomorrow.
That's right. They got to wait on you. Do they know who you are? You're kind of a big deal. They should know this. I don't know why they don't.
some of the bosses do, but I don't. These are like corporate, like really high ups. So I don't know if they have any idea about this.
Well, they need to know that the panel that we have tonight is absolutely amazing. So first of all, you've been promoting tonight like crazy. Thank you so much on social
Yeah, of
media.
course.
You do a lot with the tailgates. You do a lot with fans. What is it like being a part of Ladies of Football and being on this panel tonight?
This is awesome. So first of all, whose idea was this? Was this your
Mine.
idea? Okay.
This was my idea.
Of course it was.
My
So,
idea. Mine. I'm taking all the credit.
you know that the ladies of football are very near and dear to my heart, especially these girls. We're always going back and forth on Twitter and social media and everything, and partying at the tailgates and all of that. So thank you very much for including me in this. So yeah, like being a ladies of football in general is very exciting. It's very overwhelming at times. I've talked about this before, that it sometimes is a little bit difficult and challenging in like a male driven sport kind of world, and like to find your place in the who's who of whatever is going on with the Dolphins. So yeah, I'm definitely honored that you asked me to come on, so thanks.
Well, I'm excited. Let me start bringing on the other people here, the other wonderful, amazing ladies, not just other people, superstars. The next superstar that I'm bringing down on the red carpet this evening, actually, we'll say aqua and orange carpet this evening. Okay, 305 Sports Babe. What's up?
Yay!
Hey, happy birthday, Allie.
Thank you so much.
So excited. And your Rangers play tonight too.
I know.
Boo.
I'm missing it.
It's a big day for you.
It is.
First of all, for those of you who don't know, Florida Panthers, Washington Capitol, we'll keep you updated on it. It's 1-0 right now. Capitals are leading the Panthers with 7 minutes left in the first period, but that's okay. Panthers are going to win
today. Yeah.
See, that's a real Miami fan. All right, 305 Sports Babe, what's up? How are you? How you been?
What's going on? I've been busy, with the Heat and the Panthers both in the playoffs, obviously, and the Marlins have been doing well in the draft last week. It's been crazy. There's like never an off season, but with two hot teams in the playoffs, it's been amazing.
You have been all over. You've been going to Miami Heat games. You've been doing Panthers stuff. You were, watching the draft. You have, and by the way, for those of you who don't know, 305 Sports Babe has her own YouTube channel, has her own podcast. You've been killing it. You've been doing the thing.
And I still have a 9-to-5 job, which I don't know. It's been tough. It's hard to balance it. I consider both, full-time job, but I love what I do, and I couldn't be happier. And it's a great time. So, and my channel's been fantastic. I've had some great guests. Allie's been on my show, Richmond Webb, Josh Moser. So it's been fun. It's been, but I have to give all credit to you. I started with you.
Well, we had our own ladies' night too.
We did. That was right after the signing of Tyreek Hill, so that was like we were still in like shock.
We were so excited. that was a really fun show.
It was a lot of fun. All right, from one person who has a YouTube channel to another who's also started recently. My girl, y'all know her, and if you don't, you're about to tonight because she is awesome. Miss Fins is in the building.
Woo!
What's up, Jolie?
How you doing? Happy birthday, Allie. Good.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
What's the over-under on how many people say happy birthday to Allie today? Probably like 500. 500 is the over-under.
Yeah, I was going to say 550, but sure. We'll
Taking the over. Taking the over on that all day.
There's been a lot of love today. Thank you all so much.
Well, look, I also... Miss Fins, you started your YouTube channel in the last couple of months. What has it been like for you? You've been doing a lot of stuff over there on TD Fins Talk. Just tell me what it's been like for you. It's been a whirlwind, hasn't it?
Honestly, it's really exciting. It was actually kind of funny how I got started and how I almost didn't get started because I had my dad push me and talking to TD and things like that. And when I was going to go live the very first day, literally 30 seconds before we were going live, I almost called TD and I said, "No, I'm not doing it. Forget it. That's it. I can't do it. This is too much."
Oh no!
But then I just said, "Forget it. Let me just do it." And from
you've
then
been going
on,
strong. You've been going strong.
I've been doing the early morning shows. That has been
before
fun.
me. You've been doing it before me.
You.
I know.
Yeah, but like 305 Sports, babe, it is tough when you have a 9 to 5, and you're also dealing with family and all this other stuff, and then trying to make sure that
Family.
everything
We're your family.
everything's
We're your
good.
family,
So, but no, it's a lot of fun, and honestly, seeing the channel grow every time I see like more followers and subscribers on YouTube, I get so excited. I'm like, oh, I get another one.
You know you're doing something right.
Yes. So it's a lot of fun, and honestly, I have so much more planned for the show. Right now, it's obviously off season, so we got to keep everybody entertained.
It's tough, right? It's tough to talk about the
year.
same thing 15 million times every day.
And then when they get it from so many great content creators like yourself or TD or DDW, Reese, and all these phenomenal guys doing it. It's inspiring, honestly. And it just keeps me going to want to be able to give, that female perspective.
Well, that's why I love the personalities that we have here, but we're not done yet. One of the people who has been a big listener of my channel since day one of me doing this, probably a year ago at this point now. And also, she does Sundays on Facebook. She has her own Facebook page, and she streams the game and gives her own comment, perspective of what's going on with the game. I love her to death. She's a big part of Clack Blockers as far as I'm concerned. I'm where I am today because of listeners like her, and she's a huge fan. She's a diehard fan. Pamela, what's up, Pamela?
Hi.
Hi.
Everybody. Die Hard is right. Yeah, totally.
You see
Die
the background? You see those walls?
Those
don't come
walls
off.
are for real. Like I didn't just get paint out today. Oh wait, do I have a little in my hair? Wait.
Now, Pamela, you've been a fan for the Dolphins just for a couple of more years than us, like 2 or 3 more years. That's it. And
Right.
my question to you is, what has it been like for you to see the ladies of football grow over the last couple of years and just see more and more females come into the fandom of the Dolphins world?
This is so exciting because, as like you said, somebody that's been a fan literally since 1966, from the very beginning, born in Florida, raised here, been a Dolphin fan my whole life. Like when you were a football fan back in the day, as a woman, it was always like, oh, isn't she cute? You probably love the costume, don't you, darling? Now we got these bad to the bone chicks, and they talk about.
By the way, there's no swear jar. You can cuss tonight. You can cuss tonight, Pamela. No swear jar in effect. We got badass chicks up here.
I still have kids.
That's what I wanted to say, Steven. I'm not a big cusser, but I did want to say badass chicks. I love this, and I love seeing them just take the ball and run with it and have so many followers and their own fans, their own content. I mean, I'm blessed to be a part of this tonight. I'm so excited.
We do have Ilcita from Mexico and Nones coming up. She's running a little bit late, so we'll have her on in the next 5 or 10 minutes. So let's go ahead and get started into the discussion tonight, and that is how you all became fans of the Miami Dolphins. That's where we need to start. How the story began of being a Dolphins fan. We'll go around the horn here. We'll start out with Dolfreaky. We'll start out with the birthday girl, and we'll end up back around. Dolfreaky, how did you become a Dolphins fan? I know people have somewhat heard your story before, but we need to say it again for the people who haven't.
Yeah, for sure. So I grew up in Pennsylvania, and my dad was a huge diehard fan, like his whole childhood. The Dolphins were good during that time. So he was a Dolphins fan, even though, we were kind of in a different state. And Sundays were just about the Dolphins. It was like, don't bother me unless it's about the Dolphins. And if the Dolphins won, everything was great. And if they didn't, we ate dinner in silence. And that's just like kind of how it was in my house. And eventually, once I started to, get a little bit of interest in it, then he started bringing us to games once a year in Miami. And like, that's kind of where it changed for me. Just seeing like the cultural aspect of the fan base and like how things are done in Miami, and the parties and the just like how everything in Miami is just so extravagant. And like, I just fell in love with Florida during those trips.
Mhm.
And so he really just started to teach me everything about the game. And it was just like a family thing that we did. And then it became fun to just be a fan of a team, outside of your state. And, like you were the odd person out. And so like, you're talking shit and like all this stuff, it was just really fun growing up. I went to Catholic school, and so we had to wear uniforms.
Let me break out the ruler here for you cussing tonight. Give me those hands. 305 Sports Babe knows all about what I'm talking about.
But yeah, so we wore uniforms, and then like we would have a dress down day every once in a while. And like you can ask anyone who went to school with me, like I was wearing my Dolphin jersey on those days. And I just got sucked into it. And then once social media became a thing, it was just so much easier to connect with other Dolphin fans and just meet people from all over the world and like share, opinions on the game, and just, be able to celebrate and also like, cuss about the losses and all those things. So that's how it went down for me.
Well, look, I grew up outside of the Florida area, on the eastern shore of Maryland and also North Carolina, being a military brat. And let me tell you, I'm in the same boat. You end up being that lone Dolphins fan that roots for the team, and you got to support your team in any way, shape, or form. I get it. I understand it.
It strengthens you as a fan.
It really does. And I think that's why I'm such a big fan today. All right. 305 Sports Babe, how did you become a sports fan?
So my story is going to be the most watered down because you would think I would have a great story of how I became, but I really don't. So like Allie and like you, I'm from the Northeast. I'm from Central New Jersey, born and raised. And growing up, I was I still have a very strong accent. I try to break it. I've been down here since 2007. So growing up, I was a complete sporty spice. I played basketball, soccer, and softball, but basketball is like my life. So growing up, I was a diehard New Jersey Nets fan. So that took a lot of like my passion was, the Nets, and then I became a Red Sox fan. I don't come from a sporty spice family. My parents are like, they don't care about sports, but I have uncles and cousins who are either Eagles or Giants Jets fans. So I really didn't fit into that norm. So I kind of just like stood with basketball, but I always had my eye in Miami. Like I knew I wanted to come down here eventually. So I moved down here in 2007, 2008 and fell in love with everything Miami completely. That year we had a so-so season, and then Anthony Fasano, Brian Hartline, like that was the team that like I fell in love with. And then I related so much to Anthony Fasano because he's a Jersey guy from Italian. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not alone here.
Italiana.
So it was great. And then I worked in the sport industry for a few years. I actually worked for the Dolphins and I worked for the Super Bowl host committee. And then I started falling out of love with the team because I was not a fan at that point. I was behind the scenes, and it started taking the love out of it. And I realized I don't want to mix my passion with a career like that. So I ended up switching careers and working in development and fundraising and admissions now and everything like that. But it's really just, moving down here, being like a free agent, able to pick my own team. And I fell in love with everything Miami Dolphins, Heat, still Red Sox, Marlins, and of course the Panthers. Boo. And it's been great. And I actually met Anthony Fasano for the first time last season during training camp. I froze up. Like, I've met a lot of the players.
Do you know who you are? You're Anthony.
When I met Anthony, my cheeks went red as a tomato. Even Lou was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "That's Anthony Fasano." So I credit a lot of my fandom to a player like him. I'm not really like a Dan Marino. I wasn't a fan during his time, so I can't credit it to him. But it was really Anthony Fasano, Jason Taylor towards the end of that really brought me to be a Dolphins fan.
That's awesome. I love that story, especially when the team. I tell people, if you became a fan of the team when they were bad, which they were, okay,
super bad.
You love this team. Like there's no other way, ands, ifs, or buts around it. You love this team. All right, Miss Finns, how did you become a Dolphins fan?
Oh man, this one, I've heard a few people kind of have similar stories to mine, but essentially, growing up, I didn't really care about sports. Even though I was sporty, I did play sports, golf, basketball, volleyball, flag football. And those girls tackle. Anybody that tells you that girls don't tackle in flag football, they're lying. That one broke 3 ribs catching a touchdown. But as a kid, actually, the movie that I first noticed the Dolphins was Ace Ventura. I'm not even gonna lie. I remember Dan Marino because he reminded me of my grandfather, and I was like,
I'm looking for Ray Finkle and a clean pair of shorts.
So I was like super into it, and I loved it. Like the first thing I noticed was the colors. Like that was like, I love those colors. You know, you're a kid. You're not
Sound like
really
my
paying
wife.
attention. So I didn't really care about the
They have such
football
pretty
part.
colors.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
For me, it was 100% the colors. I really like the colors, and then obviously with Marino, I was like, yeah, like my grandpa. Okay, and then with the whole movie, it was pretty cool, and after growing up, I was like, I was like, not really into professional sports. Once I really like understood, and once you grow up, I feel like when you're a little kid, you don't really understand sports.
Mhm.
You have to like grow up a little bit more, and then you can go ahead and understand. So when I grew up and actually ended up liking them, I understood, okay, this is good. But it was actually my brother who got me super into the team. When they first came out with fantasy football, I was like, "What are you talking about? Like, I don't know what is this?" He's like, "Yes, come join me and my friends." I was like, "Fine, let's do it."
And that
And
blew you up. You
oh,
were
absolutely,
sold then.
because I
Yeah.
had to actually. It wasn't just like put on the game and let it, play. It was more of, oh, I have to pay attention to players now. Okay, so who's doing this? So I feel like that's when it really like really ingrained in me. But very, very first love was definitely Ace Ventura. There's no other. And then the cool part is like, I actually got to meet. It was during Philbin's era. But I got to meet the entire team, even Deion Jordan and Cam Wake. I gotta put all those pictures up in social media, but it was really nice because where I was working, they rented out the entire place, and I was like,
Do you
"Is
know
this
who you
real?"
are? Oh
I
my
was like,
God.
and then but Cam Wake is my brother's favorite like player of all time, and I was like, um. So you're like my brother's favorite player? Can I just take a picture with you? And I'm working, and I didn't care. I was
I
looking
don't
out for
care if
my
they fire
boss.
me.
Yeah, I was
Ain't
like,
worried
I
about
was
no
making sure they
job.
weren't there. But man, it was so cool, like meeting them. But yeah, definitely Ace Ventura was my initial introduction to the Dolphins
I
for
love
sure.
it.
What's your point, Ventura? Only this. Look. I can recite almost every line of
Me
that
too.
movie. I love it. It is still
Mhm.
to this day one of my favorite movies. All right, Pamela. What about you? Because you probably have a little bit different story for the simple fact that you remember when the Dolphins were good, right?
I do. And
Jealous. I'm so jealous.
I have to congratulate all the young fans that are diehard fans and never having seen that.
Yeah.
But me, I just don't have a memory of not being a Dolphin fan.
Mm-hmm.
And even like being from Florida, most people are not born here. They move here. So when they come from other places, they like their teams from other places.
Mhm.
And sometimes I feel kind of alone being a Dolphin fan in Florida, which is just
Weird.
I mean, infuriates me. But I don't remember not being a Dolphin fan. It's just always been, and anybody that has known me over the years, that's one of the things that I did. Oh, that Dolphins fan. Yeah, she's crazy. Yeah.
All right. From Mexico, all the way live from Mexico. Elise Nones is here, ladies and gentlemen. What is
Hi,
Hey,
texting-
Stephen
she's texting me.
girl.
She's like, I'm not driving. I'm flying home. I will be there
I
as soon
was.
as possible. I'm like,
You
don't
know,
get it.
violating laws in here and everything
See?
just to be with you. Of
See,
course.
that's love. That's love
That's
right
love.
there. I don't
That is
care what
love.
anybody says.
That is love. Well, thank you. First of all, Ali, baby, happy birthday.
Thank
Of
you.
course. And it is a pleasure for me to be here. Thank you, Stephen, for inviting me and having me. And girls, to see you and to have more dolphin ladies in here is just amazing because I'm going to later to interrupt. I'm sorry, but it was kind of lonely for me. It is still being a dolphin in here, a female dolphin in here. So
Now you are part of the there's a group called Lady Mexico. What is it called? I don't want to say it wrong. Ladies of
oh,
Mexico.
okay, football girls MX.
Football Girls MX, and you are the
MX.
Dolphins fan that represents
I
all the
am.
Dolphins fan.
I
Now,
am.
now, how did you fall in love with the Dolphins? And how have you
Oh
stayed
wow.
a Dolphins fan for this long?
Okay, well, it's a weird story and nobody believes me, but I'm pretty sure that there's more people like me out there. Well, first of all, when I was very little, I was like 8, I think. Well, now you're going to know my age, but well, anyway. Anyway, what's it doesn't matter. Well, all of you remember Ace Ventura, right? Pet
Miss
Detective,
Fitz just said that.
obviously,
Yes.
right? So at that time, my brother and my older brother used to play for a football team here. We were like the outcasts, nobody thought we would, you know, win a single game. And I was kind of knowing a little bit of what was going on, but I didn't really know what football was exactly. I was a cheerleader, but I was just a kid. And around that time, that movie was released. And obviously, like all of us, I think, I saw this beautiful man, right? Our beloved Dan, the man. I saw him and I thought, and I was 8, like, oh my God, who is he?
Who is he?
I mean,
You see what I mean,
wow, this
people?
guy.
Just see what I mean.
Exactly. And I was just a kid, but I immediately fell in love with him. And the dolphin being a little kid and the colors, I think that all of us love our colors, and not only all of us, right? Everybody knows that our colors are amazing. So, oh, one of my friends is here. Thank you. And a lot of kisses. So yeah, I mean, I became a Dolphin at that exact time, and then I just kind of forgot a little bit about football, and then I didn't have anyone to talk about football. I mean, and Dolphins, forget about it. Here in Mexico, that didn't exist. I mean, in here, only Cowboys, Steelers, 49ers, and that was it. No other option for us in here. I didn't know any Dolphin, any fellow Dolphin in here until I guess 6 years ago. I didn't even know that there were more Dolphins in here where I live. Then I met, the guys that you know already, my fellow siblings in Dolphins Nation, Mexico.
Dolphins Nation Mexico.
Yay! And love for all of them. And and I don't know, I was just like searching on the web and I saw that group and I thought, really? Are there more of us in here in Mexico? So I had to see it, I
We're
mean, I didn't
everywhere.
believe it.
We're everywhere.
Exactly. That's what I say now. And nobody believes me. And I was like, really, believe me, we're everywhere. So I just went to the group and I asked if there had a group in here where I live. I am very, very close to El Paso, Texas, like 3 hours away. And they told me that yes, in fact, there was a group in here. So I joined them and here I am. And then I joined the girls, that group that you said. Oh, by the way, not to brag, right? But the first all-female community to analyze NFL in Latin America, girls and Steven. So we're
That's
very proud of
awesome.
it. Yay!
Awesome. That's
And
awesome.
that is my short story, of course.
Now, two things that really stick out to me. Number one, how many people fell in love with the Dolphins because of Ace Ventura? I think that's such a big thing. How big that movie?
Yes.
I don't know when they were making that movie if they realized that would create an entire fan base within itself, right? Of people that love the Dolphins. The other thing that I think is great too is hearing Elise Dolfreaky, 305 Sports Babe, and Miss Finn's living outside of the Florida area. And becoming a Dolphins fan outside of the Florida area and being alone. Like I'm the same boat. Like when I had a good friend of mine unfortunately passed away a couple of years ago, and I go to his funeral. And I lie to you not, this is exactly what happened. I go to his funeral and everybody there who I haven't seen since I was like 11 years old, 12 years old. Are you still a Dolphins fan? His mom, who's in mourning. Do you still root for the Dolphins? I lie to you not. At her son's funeral. And so, I mean, that's how big the Dolphins have always been in my life. It's always been that big. It's always been that part. And I feel that's the same way too. Dolfreaky, let me kind of come back to you a little bit. One of the good things you talk about going, traveling as a child down to from Pennsylvania down to Florida and seeing the tailgate and seeing that experience of the other fans. What has it been like for you to find other female fans over the years and really getting to know them? Because you alluded to it in your opening spiel that this is a very male dominated world, and now it's starting to grow in the female aspect. Tell me a little bit more about that, Dolfreaky.
Yeah, it is so refreshing to find other women out there, right? So I think some of the first girls that I saw, at least probably at the tailgates, was like Jen Dolfan Diva, Mirta, like some of these, ladies who, like, they weren't just like your average like jersey wearing fans, like they were all out. They were hair, they were jewels, they were wear boas and beads, and I was like, oh my god, like that's what I thought a dolphin woman should be. And so meeting those were like my first like fan influences, really, like some of the first people that I met. So I guess like from that, like I was impressed by them, and I still am so impressed whenever I meet another dolphin female. Like we just start talking like old friends. Like it's just like a family within the family kind of, like with everybody. Like some of you, like I'm just meeting you guys for the first time, right? And like we're instantly like just chill.
There's that connection. There's that connection that I normally would say brotherhood, but tonight we're going to say sisterhood. Of just that, bondness of what the Dolphins do and bring people together. That's why I tell people I love sports. I would rather talk about sports for 3 hours than anything else that's going on in the world, because I feel like sports brings people together. And, I've really gotten to know a lot of you, all of you, over the last year. A lot. And Dolfreaky and 305 Sports Banter, I've known you a little bit longer. And I feel like if it wasn't for the Dolphins, I wouldn't have this whole other entire family.
I'd still be friends with you, though.
I feel like if it wasn't for you, Stephen, I wouldn't have people that actually want to listen to me talk Dolphins.
Yeah,
so many people. I talk it all the time, and you see people's eyes glaze over. Like, is she talking about that again?
Well, that's how I felt as a kid growing up. I had nobody else to talk to about the Dolphins. Elise was just talking about. She's like, I found these other Dolphins, people in Mexico. And all of a sudden I have other people to talk about this thing that I have a passion for. Miss Finns, for you, was the Dolphins an outlet for you to connect with other people and get to know other people? Has that been a big, important part of who you've started to become over the last couple of months and reaching out and growing and being, another person within the fan base?
Well, first, I forgot to say this at the beginning. Thank you for having me up here, Stephen. I appreciate it. Forgot about
You're welcome.
As far as doing all of this, to me, honestly, I've always liked sports, but it's kind of weird when you Google yourself and you actually. If I was like Googling myself today, like I was like.
Raise your hand if you've done that. Raise your hand if you've Googled yourself.
Absolutely.
I've Googled myself. Okay.
And to me, it's kind of interesting because the thing is, okay, so I am from South Florida and I live in South Florida. But I have one of those faces, and a lot of people actually know me if they went to high school or college with me, because I get recognized all the time, just normal before all of this. So having this, it's actually kind of cool just to have even more of a reach, if you will.
Yep.
But connecting with people with something that you love, because sometimes, I mean, my brother and I have several brothers, but the one that's like closest to my age, him and I go at it. Well, if you think your battle royales or your, what do you do, the finish him Wednesdays, man, me and my brother, we just like, and then 5 minutes later, we're fine.
Wilding out Wednesdays, Mortal Kombat Wednesdays that we do on the morning show.
But having this actually is just exciting because I get to meet so many other people that I wouldn't have had the chance to meet without having this platform. I mean, when I first met, I'm not gonna lie to you, you were the very first person to allow me to come on a panel, and I was like, "Hi, everybody."
You talking about me?
Yes, you, Stephen. And you were the
I didn't know I was that. I don't know I'm that popular. Okay.
Absolutely, you guys. My brother was the one that told me about you and TD and DDW, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll come and talk about the Dolphins. Why not?" Because I was just started talking to my brother about it. So it was really nice to talk to someone else about the Dolphins. And having the opportunity to do it, and then with such great ladies. When for Miami Sports Weekend, I didn't even know that was a thing, to be honest with you, until I heard it from you and your channel. It's like
Talking
Miami
about
Sports Weekend, we're gonna go ahead and do
Yep.
it. And it was boat
fan
campers, right?
weekend. It's my out of town weekend with the Dolphins.
Oh.
I had some it's
Miami
it was
fan
amazing.
weekend. My bad.
No,
You
but
know
I
what
got
I
what you were saying. Like if it
Yes.
wasn't I had so many people reach out to me, and I'm not. I had so many people reach out to me that said, Steven, I didn't know this was a thing until
Me
you
neither.
started. Still, you did a whole week live from there. I did a whole week live last week from there, or
And
last
then
year.
meeting you, the freaky Pam, it was so cool because I was like, this is the one with the hair. Hey, we'll take a picture. And then Pam is just like, like
You
everyone's
see
like,
her every morning on the
grandma is
morning
like,
show.
oh
Yep.
my God, this woman's like a legend. Like she knows everything about dolphins. Like I do not compare. And it was just
Yes,
so
you do.
exciting to be able to just connect with people who truly love something as much as I love it. Because it's sad. Sometimes we don't get that outlet, like you said,
don't.
to really talk about it, because there have been plenty of times where I needed to pick me up, and just watching content or listening to these other lovely ladies, it just really brought me up, and it just made my day where I was like, you know what? Things are fine. The Dolphins are okay. Now, there have been other times where the Dolphins have made me, whew. But overall,
We've all been there. We've all
yeah,
been. Now
having
let me
this outlet is awesome.
Yeah.
now let me ask Ashley. You starting this persona of 305 Sports Babe, and actually I'll ask I'll ask all three of you when it comes to Dolfreaky, 305 Sports Babe, and Miss Vince. You've created this persona, this personality through being a fan. What is the difference between 305 Sports Babe and Ashley?
You know, I was thinking about that as we were all talking, and all right, being very honest and very, very vulnerable. Outside of my persona, 305 Sports Babe, I'm very, very, very shy. I'm an introvert, and I have very, very, very high anxiety. Without sports, I'm a clam in its shell. Sports gives me confidence. It gives me friends. It gives me life. And yeah, it sounds so like cheesy and stuff, but I'm the most confident when I'm talking about sports. You know, I obviously have a professional job and everything, but even last night after the Heat game, we went to a restaurant and like these people started talking to us and we were talking about the Heat, and I'm just like rambling on and on and on. I'm just so
To
passionate
strangers
about
you've
it.
never met. I get it.
Yeah, and like this girl was like, "Oh, who's your starting lineup?" Oh, da da da, and I'm just like, blah 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 blah. So, sports, as cheesy as it sounds, it gives me life. It gives me confidence. It makes me who I am. Obviously, it's not all of who I am. I am more than that, but it is such a critical part of my life that I credit so much to happiness, success, passion, and then ups and downs too. You know, if we had a team that just won, it helps us deal with good and bad in all different situations. So I'm here for like the roller coaster as well. I think it's part of the journey. But being the persona Ashley from 305 Sports Babe, yes, I'm still one person, but having that sport love and passion gives me life. If that sounds not
No,
too
it
cheesy.
does. It does 100%. And Dolfreaky, I remember having a conversation like a year ago with you, like, all right, all of your social media needs to be Dolfreaky. Every
Yeah.
last, like, I remember having that conversation
Yeah.
because I just knew how big Dolfreaky was within the Dolph fan community. What's been the big difference between you being Allie, who we all love, and being Dolfreaky, who we also love? But there's a difference. Don't get it twisted. Like they're
Yeah.
two different people. And you even alluded to it. You're like, oh my God, sometimes it's just exhausting. Talk about the
Yeah.
good and the bad. The differences of both.
Yeah, I second everything that Ash said. I think it's funny because like over the years, like I used to be like predominantly Allie and then like sometimes Dolfreaky. Now I feel like I'm predominantly Dolfreaky and sometimes Allie. Like I feel like, but like as we go on and we get like deeper into this, right? Like I just feel like Dolfreaky is taking over. Like I want to be Dolfreaky all the time, and when I have to be regular and like be at work and like deal with normal people who like
You're
don't
like,
want to talk about the
forget
Dolphins
this
all
life.
the time.
Forget
I
this
know.
life.
I'm like, what is this? Like, I'm like, what's wrong with you guys? Like, you guys are
Who rained on
normal.
your parade?
Yeah, and so I just, like now it's like Jared tells me all the time. He's like, okay, like Dolfreaky, Allie. Okay, two separate
There's
things,
two
all right?
different. Yep.
Sometimes
My wife,
yeah.
Dolfreaky.
he'll be like, "Can you stop? Like, can we stop talking about the Dolphins today?
For like
Can we
5
just have
minutes.
one
5
day?"
minutes.
And I'm like, "But I can't." Like that is. I'm so ingrained into it now. Like my whole yes, my social media is all Dolfreaky. It used to be Dolphins Lady 99. Like just because I didn't know in the beginning that Dolfreaky was even going to be a thing at all. Like I just
knew
didn't
that.
know.
I knew that from day one. I want it set on record. I knew Dolfreaky was going to take over the world. Just know that.
When I created the name Dolfreaky, I just thought it was a silly, it was like a silly, like one-time use kind of thing. I didn't know. But then it was like everybody liked it so much. I'm like, okay. But just so many things like over the course of the season, just like, okay, like Dolfreaky's evolved. Dolfreaky started as the young, like 19-year-old kid with spiky hair, like kind of like dorky face paint and like a jersey. And then like eventually she just evolved into more. Like I guess I wanted to do more with the outfits. And then I realized, okay, like face paint does not work in South Florida. So let's abandon that.
unless you're Fin Sticky. Shout out to Fin Sticky.
And props to the people that do it and like have quality face paint that like holds up. But when I first started, I was using that acrylic paint from like Michael's, and
Which
so by the end of the
melts in the South Florida sun.
It either melts or it like hardens and it cracks. So like by the end of the game, you look like you're 90 years old. So I realized I was just.
She looks like the after app of how you would look when you're 90.
This is like old Dolfreaky. Yeah, but it's just funny because like I just realized that was not my niche, and so I had to find other ways to like make game day fun. And like. It just became more about, I guess, like, the hairs evolved, the outfits have evolved. And I just had so much fun. Like, I just always want more and more and more and more, But then, yeah, like, I think Dolfreaky does need to take a break sometimes.
Lou says, Allie went to Vegas, Dolfreaky went to the NFL draft.
Yeah.
That's very accurate, Lou.
It's funny, though, but, like, Dolfreaky was fully in Vegas, like, Dolfreaky was on the whole time.
Estefan wants to ask y'all, what's y'all's take on a Supervan character for Steven? Oh, I don't know about that.
It takes a while to like think of this. You just don't wake up and think
Steven
like
D. That's who I am.
You develop into it.
And it works, Steven. It works.
Yeah.
Steven D works.
Coming up with a name is not easy. So
no,
I'll tell you this. I probably
it is not.
Like, I don't know how many names, and then 3 of them I was stuck within 3 of them, but then I realized, wait, nobody has thought of Miss Finch? Not one person has thought about Miss Finch? I was shocked. I was like, no way. And then I looked, I'm like, there's no Twitter? There's no YouTube? What? Okay.
It's mine.
Absolutely, man. I bought everything, the website, everything. I had to set all that up. But I was so excited. I was like, wow, nobody has it. And then I thought, if nobody has it, that means that this is like if you were like at the beginning of like Amazon, you know what I mean? Or like the beginning
at the ground floor of Amazon.
Exactly. We're like at the ground floor of ladies taking over football. And I was just like,
why do you think I had this panel, Miss Finch? Because I know what the movement
so happy.
is about.
I was so excited.
I
was so excited. And I feel like the difference between your character and who you are, regular life, it could definitely blend, but I feel like just having that mindset of, okay, I need to clock, just like I clock out from work, I need to clock out for Miss Finch because I'll spend hours and I realize it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I have to wake up at 5 to go to work. Like this is
it's funny you bring that up. There's a couple of other there's a whole bunch of stuff I want to talk about, but that's a good segue into something I was going to bring up later into the show. But we might as well talk about it now, and I'll start with Pamela a little bit. Pamela, you are married. You have a husband. Dolfreaky is married. 305 Sports Babe is married. I'm married.
Since when?
Lou, I count Lou. Lou is a part of the family as far as I'm concerned. Okay.
I have a 45-year-old child. No, I'm kidding.
That's why I love Lou.
I almost do.
I love Lou because of that. Okay, because he is me and I am. I look. Lou is we're twins. Y'all don't know that. Lou and I are twins. But what is it like having a significant other? And I don't want to say Miss Finns or not having a significant other and how it's affected relationships. Look, the Dolphins, they're love number 1. Okay. So let's talk about that a little bit because I told my wife for a very long time, it's going to take a lot for you to overtake the Dolphins before we got married. I love the Dolphins more than anything. Now, that's not the case anymore. Just want to state that for the record publicly. But the Dolphins have been a very important role and an important part of my life. I'll start with you, Pamela. What has it been like for you having the Dolphins being a big part of your life and how your husband's had to compete with that time? Like, look, this is Dolphins time. Don't mess with me.
Yeah, well, fortunately, he's a Dolphin fan also. When we met, he had been down in the Air Force, where is it? Homestead. Okay. So he really got in big as a Dolphins fan. And so he is the opposite of me. So he is a man of few words, and I am a woman of lots of words and very loud, as you know. So yeah, he knows. In fact, he doesn't like to watch the games with me in the same room. He sits in a different room than me because I'm really loud, really, really loud. My neighbors, we have like an acre and a half of land, and my neighbors aren't on me, but they hear me.
I live in an apartment complex, and people know when Dolphins are playing on Sunday here. Let me tell you.
Yes,
All the
and
time.
my neighbors do, and but no, he knows, like, he kind of glazes over sometimes too, because I want to talk it all the time. And he's like, oh, yeah, you said that like 5 minutes ago, honey. So yeah, but we're very different people, but we're both Dolphin fans. And I mean, thank goodness we're both Dolphin fans, because we're not on the same page college-wise, but we're on the same page with the Dolphins.
Elise, what about you? Has the Dolphins affected relationships or friendships, even not even friendships that, look, it's Dolphins time. Don't mess with me. I'm paying attention to the game.
Or like me? Oh, me.
Yes.
Sorry. I think you said Ilse, and I was, who's Ilse? Because I'm Nonis too, right? In the Miami world. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, that is why. That is why I got a divorce, because he wasn't a Dolphins fan. Just kidding.
That's real fandom right there.
Yeah, I'm a real fan.
You're not Dolphins fan? We're done.
Yeah, we're done. No, but well, it is different in here for me, because as I told you, well, I didn't know, or I don't know a lot of people who are well, first of all, NFL fans. It is something that is growing a lot in here.
In Mexico, yeah.
Yeah, and even more when I got into this Dolphins community here in Chihuahua, where I live in. I mean, we're like 150 people, like in the whole city, but we always like get together, and we're like 40 or 30 people, and there's like the only people I know that they're Dolphins fans. I'm a teacher too, and I have a few students that are Dolphins too, but I don't know a lot of people.
You made them Dolphins fans, didn't you?
You know, I'm not going to lie. I'm not gonna lie, really. I use NFL and Dolphins for almost every lesson every day. Really, I do.
So if you have 5 Dolphin fans and you have 1 Patriots fan, how many fans do you have? 5 Dolphins.
Exactly. No, I use it all the time, but no, I mean, my relationships are not affected by that yet. But I have known a few guys, you know, that yeah, I'm a Pats fan, and I'm like, okay, we cannot be not even friends. Yeah, not even friends. And for example, with my girls in here in football girls, well, we're one girl from each team, right? One of the 32 teams. And we love each other. And my fellow Pats fan, she's a doll. I mean, I love her so much. But you know, besides her, it's not like I love everyone that is not a Dolphins fan. But I really need to love everyone who is an NFL fan. So that is my, like, what I use in here. Like, oh, you love NFL? Well, me too. So let's talk about it. Let's love it together.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Thing. That's a beautiful thing. I like that. Dolfreaky, what about you? What about for you? Because first of all, Jared, we love Jared. Jared is husband of the year. We're just gonna throw that out there, okay? I hope he's listening. I hope he knows I nominated him. All right, I need to get cool points for that.
He's probably not listening, but I'll let him know to watch.
What is it like to have Dolph Freaky and also Allie and trying to find that time? Because look, the reason I bring it up too, just so you know, is because I want people to realize the work and time and sacrifice that goes into being a fan. Whether we say this is what we choose to do with our time or not, right? There's still sacrifice to that. There's still, that time and that dedication. And I feel like it's important for other fans to know that, because I think other fans take it for granted. Oh, I'm spending all this time doing this. Jared goes to a lot of he was in Vegas with you this weekend, and Jared likes the Dolphins, but he's not in love with the Dolphins the way you love the Dolphins.
Right. Yeah. He doesn't know the game of football very well. He doesn't have that passion for it that I do. But the thing is, like, he really supports me so much. Like, I cannot do any of this without his support, because we do have 2 kids. Mia, come here. Come here. We do have 2 kids, and it requires a lot raising 2 little ones. Come here. Say hi.
Mia, Jace. Hey, Mia. What's up?
Hey!
Hey,
girl.
Hi.
There's Freaky.
Freaky.
Little freaky.
But Daddy does a good job, right? Yeah, he does a
He
really
tries.
good job making sure that, all the needs of our family are met and that I can still do what I like to do. And so a lot of the things, like, I think that are problems for us maybe are social media related, because like anytime I post something, there's a lot of feedback. I like to respond to everybody. I don't want to leave any other, fan comments unanswered or anything like that. And so I do spend a lot of time answering messages, comments and all that stuff, but also making sure I'm still providing a lot of content for the fans. I don't want to go boring, during the off season. So I try to keep everybody interested and, still post everything that we're doing. The upside for him is that he does get to come along on all of my adventures. So yeah, Vegas, we just had the best time ever. And it was a great time to just get away without kids and have some bonding time and still like do our football stuff. And then like the games, like we have a lot of fun too, because we don't bring the kids. And so it's, it's a fun thing that we do together. And even though he doesn't love it like I do, and he's not, super hype and excited, regardless of what the Dolphins do, like I appreciate that he's there with me, every step of the way.
No, there were certain things I wanted to talk about tonight, and one of it was the sacrifice that we put in on a week in, week out basis, whether that's through social media, whether that's through doing a YouTube channel, whether that's through doing podcasts, or on Sunday afternoons during the game where you're streaming like Pamela is, and you're in the moment. You're like, oh my God, the Dolphins just scored a touchdown, or they threw an interception, and Dolph Freaky even alluded to it with her dad, like, it meant we either were having dinner in silence, or we were having a good day for dinner, depending if the Dolphins won or lost. One of the next thing I want to kind of talk about is, how do the Dolphins kind of affect you as a person, in your personality? Because I know for me, it took me a long time. It's not anymore, but it took me a long time that if the Dolphins lost, I was in a bad mood for a week. Like, don't mess with me. Don't talk to me. What is that like now? I'll start with Miss Fins and then I'll work my way around. What is that like for you now when the Dolphins do something great or do something bad?
Let me put it to you this way. I don't know if you guys know this, but I have said this, it's been a battle for me. But my father went from a Dolphin fan to, unfortunately, a Patriots fan.
Yeah.
For the last few years. I know, my condolences to me too. But,
you said it, not me.
Yes. But with that being said, when they fired Flores, I think I was listening to you.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. No, it was right before, or right when I was listening to you. And there was just like this pit in my stomach where I was like, I was so mad. Like, hopefully nobody that I know from work is watching this, but I had to take a break because it really affected me, and I didn't realize how much? Like, I was so upset. Like, I couldn't make calls. I couldn't do anything. I needed to take a break. I need to time out because it was just such a shocker. Not what I was expecting. And I even have to call my dad. I was like, Daddy, I can see why you left the Dolphins because they're so frustrating. They just let you down all the time. And he's like, see, you see. I was like, okay, calm down. I'm back. I'm back with the
You
Dolphins.
had your moment.
Yes.
You had it.
But I didn't realize how much it would affect me.
The headphones on.
But it's so true because it's just when you truly care about something, and it really is such a large part of your life, it's gonna affect you whether you realize it or not. And I think that's to me, I didn't expect it to affect me as much, like something like that to affect me so much. But my God, I mean,
You kind of had
see
to.
me on Sundays, like
You had to kind of like look at yourself like, holy cow, this is bigger than I ever thought it was. And that's
absolutely.
that was me. You know, one of the things that I've had the opportunity to do is go to a lot of Dolphins games since 2018 in Miami. And I tell people all the time, they're like, Steven, why don't you get us upset when we lose? And I said, because for me, it's about the experience at the game now. Like the tailgate for me is everything, you know, and if the tailgate was great, even if we lose, it's not like I go there for the tailgate now. Notice you went to your first tailgate for the Dolphins this past year, right? Am I right in saying that?
That is right. That was my first time in Miami. My first time at a game, at an NFL game ever. That was my first.
And it's totally different, right? It's the atmosphere is different.
It was amazing. It was unbelievable. I mean, I felt like I was dreaming, really. I mean, having the opportunity of meeting you and seeing the fans. I mean, for me, it was like magical to see, oh my God, we really are a lot. Like really, I can tell people in here everywhere that we're a lot of people in here. That we're a lot of Dolphins. And you know, meeting you. And you know what was very weird? It was very weird because here where I live, like in my state, my city, like almost anybody knows, nobody knows that I talk about NFL or that I'm a Dolphins fan. Well, my students know, right? My friends, but maybe in other parts of the country here in Mexico, they kind of know me, but it was amazing for me to go there and then to see people, to see my fellow cetacean brothers and siblings, as I call them, and that they looked at me and said, "Are you Nones? Really?" And I was like, "Do you know who I am? Really? I'm your fan. How do you know who I am if I'm your fan?" It was something incredible to me. And yeah, I mean the environment in there, the vibe is simply unbelievable.
Unreal.
And as you said, it doesn't matter whether we lose or win. It is amazing. Everybody in there says hi. Everybody in there embraces you as a new fan. So it doesn't matter where you're from. That's what I loved. That in there we are all cetacean siblings, and it doesn't matter if I'm from Mexico, if I'm a season ticket holder, and I'm crazy because I can go just to like 1 or 2 or 3 games maybe, and that's it. Like nobody cares. They just love you. I mean,
like that photo right there, right? That's a great photo, right?
Oh wow, yeah.
That's what I want to bring up Ashley to. Ashley, you got a chance, along with all of you ladies, to come and see a live show down at Bo Campers. Shout out to Bo Campers. What is it like? You know, does it just make the experience totally different from just a 3.5-hour game on Sunday afternoon to an entire week of just hanging out with your Finlaws, as I put them?
I love it. And that was actually one of the reasons why I built my website, because when you guys come to town, when you guys come to the country, our home is your home. So just as if I was to have family down here, you guys are our family. And that's why I have a guide that, tells you the best restaurants, hotels, and things to do. But that weekend is probably my favorite weekend out of the whole entire year. Just hanging out with you guys and getting to know you and really learning who you are outside of social media. Yeah, we all have our own little like Twitters and Facebooks and all that. But to like meet you and like, we all have like women crushes on Twitter and like, we know each other's lives. And
I don't have any women crushes at all, honey. None.
Well, we do. Yeah, we do.
I know. She's my
Don't freaky looked at me sideways like, now you know.
I know it really is such a great opportunity. So, and then like the people who I like meet, like Lenny from Texas and Jen from New York, and I mean these people, like they don't just like, oh, we meet over the weekend. They become your friends year round. You know, they check on you when you're sick. If you post something sad, they're like, are you okay? You know, the Heat are doing great. Like it truly becomes a friendship. And it's fantastic. I love it. Some of the best people, some of my greatest friends are the ones who I meet, you know, on social media through the Dolphins, because it's hard to make friends in Miami.
It is.
You know, I'm at this age where I'm professional. I'm in a serious relationship, so it's like, well, how do I get out and meet friends? So you guys are like my best friends, and having that weekend where we really hang out and just chill all together, it's fantastic. I look forward to it every year.
That was my first one too. I was so excited.
No, it was good. And the one thing I wanted to say about the relationship thing, though, you guys all have this thing where it's like your boyfriend's like this, that. Like Lou's obsessed with the Dolphins, and we actually met at a Dolphins game. So all you single ladies and men, you could find your true love. At
So
a
I
Dolphins
need to
game.
go to more games. Okay,
You
noted.
have to go
Notice,
to more games.
notice. Write that down.
Go to more
Go
games
to
and get a
more
boyfriend
games.
there.
But it is like,
That's how
I
this
mean,
works.
Great.
to have a significant other who loves what you love, like it's having your best friend all the time. And you know, when they don't do well, you both suffer together. So it's great. It's fantastic. And if he wasn't a Dolphins fan, I wouldn't be here. So
In my Vin Diesel voice, we're all a family. We're all
Yeah,
a family.
and we even had a wedding at the tailgate this
That
year.
was
That was
Cool.
crazy.
Yeah.
I saw the picture. It's pretty.
Yeah, that
What
was
it like
definitely the
putting that
highlight of
together,
my
Duff
season.
Ricky? What was like that for you?
That was such an amazing game, and just the fact that these two people came together. Big shout out to Dean and Sandy. They got together over the Dolphins, and they got married at a Dolphins game. Like that is just,
yeah.
I still get chills from it, and it was so beautiful, and it was just such a cool day. Like so many cool things happened that day, and there was just so many awesome vibes. Everyone was so happy, and then the Dolphins won, and TD came back, and it was just like the best day ever.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
I couldn't stop crying that whole day. Like I was such a mess. It was so
I
great.
did the pregame show from East 32, and I walked down, and I'm looking for Dolfriki, and she's just crying her eye. I'm just so happy. I'm just so happy. And I was like, come on, let's go to the game. But
Yeah.
you're right. That's and it ties back into, you know, one of the things I'm getting feedback from somebody here. I don't know if it's me or somebody else. Oh, you know what? It's me. It's me. Never mind. Sorry, I have like 15 windows open on my channel trying to run this thing. I'm producing and co-hosting and trying to pay attention to everything. It gets crazy. I tell people all the time, what's interesting about it is you will see the Dolphins play havoc on your mental state sometimes.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it's the people that you surround yourself with that end up being good. Last year, Dolfriki, you're a part of the Southwest Fan Club group, okay? And you did your first ever beach bash. And I got a chance to be there for that. And I was there with Gorilla Luke. Shout out to Gorilla Luke. And the whole entire fan club, Southwest Florida Fan Club. What was that like?
My little toy.
Yeah. Sorry.
You're okay. She's like, all right, I've had enough of this talking Dolphin stuff.
Hands
I'm
out.
not there yet.
She was hurting me. Like,
Yeah, they don't get us. They don't get us. Oh my God.
They will. They will. We'll
They
talk about
will.
that in a minute. What was it like for having that beach bash? Because now there's, you know, the Southern Cal Fan Club has the picnic that they do every year. There's all these off-season things.
North Carolina's doing one.
North Carolina's doing
Germany,
one.
Yes.
England. Yeah.
England
This
does an
is-
off-season bash. Yep.
yeah, this is really becoming a thing, and I think it's cool with like these fan clubs that we have all over the place, all over the world. That now we're making something of the off season. It doesn't have to be so boring, and we don't have to talk about the same stuff, you know, all off season. But we can get together and have tailgates in different places and show off where we live. And you know, I'm so excited because our next beach bash is coming up May 28th, and our first one was just so much fun. Like it was just chill, like. It was like all the people that we tailgate with, but like in a different setting. And we just all drank and we floated in the water and we grilled. But this year's beach bash is going to be even bigger. And so every year, like things just get bigger and better. And it's because the fans want to interact with other fans, and like people want to host events, and now more and more fan clubs are being formed than ever.
JK over here saying she's thinking about he's thinking about starting one in Southern Oregon.
Yes,
That's awesome.
yeah,
Go
don't even
ahead.
just think about it. Do it. Like find a group of 2 or 3 people, start there. Like make a social media, situation, whatever. But do it. Like it was something that we just threw around for like a year or so, and we were like, you know what?
Let's just do it.
Let's just do it. Let's just jump. And if it fails, it fails. But who cares? At the end of the day, even if there's 5 of us, at least we have somebody to watch the away games with. We don't have to be alone watching it at home. So if you're thinking of it, just do it.
Yeah, and there's no right or wrong way to do it. It's trial and error.
Yeah.
It's about starting
Yeah,
it
of
in any way.
course.
Whether you started online, some people have started their clubs online through Facebook groups. Some people have started them at bars on Sunday afternoons.
Mhm.
Whatever the case is, some people started it in their garage.
And we'll help
You
spread
know,
the word. You know what I
in
mean?
here,
I know I'll
we
spread
chase
Allie will
we
be-
chase
Yellow will
people
help
on the
connect you.
streets. We chase people on the streets with really like with bumper stickers, like, oh my god, that's a Dolfan, and then we chase people. Yeah, we do that.
Yeah.
They're really
We do the
intense over
same.
there in Mexico, apparently.
Yeah, we break a lot of laws in here. No, not true. But yeah, I have chased people. I have to accept it, and then recruit them. And yeah, I hate you, Dolphin. Yeah, I have done it. But
And what's
that's
nice
right.
too. What's nice too is that the Dolphins help you too. Like they've
Yes.
helped us with our fundraisers, and they've sent merchandise, and
Oh.
they helped us get into the inner circle at the draft. So there's
Mhm.
perks to being a fan club leader. Beyond just like that stuff, like there's perks of just getting to know people and expanding your network, and it's so rewarding. I'm so glad I did this.
Pamela, what about for you? You do a stream every Sunday on Facebook, and it's very and you see TD Finns Talk do his stream, and Dougley Do Wrong do his. What is what made you start wanting to do that? And what has been some of the great things that's come from that, being able to converse with other fans?
So at some point, because I've done it like 6 or 7 years now for a while, and at some point I realized that there were people that couldn't get the games, and I could stream it and they could watch the game. I think it mostly started with preseason, because if you didn't live in Florida, you couldn't pay to get preseason.
Yeah.
So it mostly started with that. And then, so I started out a small group. Now I have quite a few. Thanks, Drew. So I have several hundred people, and they're from all over the world. I mean, like Scotland and England and Guam and Puerto Rico, and then all the states in the US. So many fans, and we're like a family, as you said.
Family.
We are so much a family, and some people have been with me for years, and I just love it. And like I said before, I'm not quiet, so I'm screaming and yelling, and they're commenting, and I can just talk and comment back to them. And so it's so much fun. Like, we always like, oh, what you having to drink? Come sit on the couch. Move over. What you making for lunch? All that. I mean, so we just have a great time. But I do, like, I've had to try and calm myself down some, because I live and die by what goes on that field.
Yep.
I get so mad. I take it all personal, very personal.
That wasn't a foul.
And that's right.
Get
I'm
it.
screaming at the refs. I'm famous for that. I'm famous for screaming at the refs. And I
Rick
want
said,
to.
I heard about Stephen D while watching Pam's stream.
Oh, that's so cool. That's so
See?
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have talked about you, and yeah.
Hopefully it's all good things. All right,
That was that one thing. But, yeah.
let's talk a little bit about the reason that we're here. Let's talk about the Dolphins.
Yes.
Let's talk about the off-season moves. Let's get into a little bit of football talk before we wrap up. We'll go around. I'll start with Nonis. Nonis, what did you think about all the off-season moves, Tyreek Hill, the draft that we had? bringing in Coach McDaniel. What are you excited about the most this offseason?
Well, I have to agree with Miss Fans that at the beginning, when everything happened with Flores, I was so mad. I couldn't understand anything. I thought, oh my God, who's gonna come? Who's gonna want to come after all of this? It is a mess. But then when I saw the possibility of this amazing guy, weirdo, right, different, like us coming to the team, and I thought, oh my God, he's the one, and I prayed really. I offered my love life, and I think that worked because because it sucks.
Love it.
and then we got McDaniel, and I was amazed. To me, I don't understand how many people say that, or wait until the preseason or the regular season, and they don't get excited about what happens during the off season, because to me that is the most exciting time, because the drama happens there. All the drama happens there, and also I have heard a lot of comments in here like, oh my God, you did wrong. Why did you gave all your picks because of this guy, getting this guy? I mean, and I was like, really? Do you think that we lost? I mean, aren't you seeing the picture in here? I mean, we already had a great, to me, we already have a great team already before the off season, and then we go aggressive, as McDaniel said that we would go, and get all of these players, and to me, I think this is the first draft that I have enjoyed without worrying about a thing, and
Yep.
saying, because we can choose whatever player we want, another specialist, whoever we want, because we have everything we need. And the movements of keeping our own players, extending them, or franchise tagging them, there were smart moves, and I am really really happy of what we have been doing lately. I am very confident, and everybody says, are you sure that you're going to say again that you're going to have a great season? Yeah, I am. I mean, you're going to see now. You mock us, but you're going to see that
You're
we're
gonna
going
see.
to get to the playoffs. Yeah, of course. Yeah, and I mean, I'm
You
so
heard it here.
confident.
Nona said it. I didn't say nothing. She said it's going
Yeah, I
down.
said it. I said it. Yes, of course. And I always keep my word, and I don't care. I might be, or might look stupid later, but you know what?
No, you're
I know
not.
that I
You're gonna be.
won't.
We agree with you. We agree.
Yeah, I mean, it is amazing. So to me, I mean, off season
A
has
win.
been was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, a total win, and also the undrafted free agency. Oh my God,
I like
those
some of the.
movements.
Yep. I like them.
Those movements were amazing. I'm just so happy with the team that we have built. We have built, right? Because we were there
Yes.
That's right.
scouting.
It's on us. Not
Of
not
course.
Chris Greer. It's on us. All right, Pamela. What about you? What have you thought about the Dolphins offseason so far?
Well, I have to agree a lot with what Nona said, because I was furious about the firing also. But then when I realized, some backstory and things that were going on and where we went, I was excited to see McDaniel come in. And I know I've told you, and I've said it many times, that the day we tagged Gesicki, I knew we were different. This was not our same off season. And so I look at all the moves we made, and I agree with what Nona said about, like, we could go into the draft and not worry, because we had a great team, just like she said, and then what we added in the off season, and then the draft, like, I'm telling you, Tillman, that's not right, is it?
Tyndall.
Channing.
Tyndall.
Channing Tindall. Yeah.
So I watched him play, because as a Gator fan, I, see that all the time, that what is going on in Georgia. I'm actually, that's my other half of my heritage is Georgia. So I watched them, and I watched that kid. I'm telling you, the pursuit and the relentless play, and his senior year was huge. So I think we even added a lot with that draft pick. I'm like, yes. And I agree, notice that people think I'm crazy saying it's gonna be awesome because I say that every year, but this year it's for reals.
They'll see. They will see.
Miss Fins, what about you? What is your thoughts of the offseason so far?
Oh man, well you saw how I felt about the very first
Yes.
2 minutes of the off season. Like that was insane how it happened. It's like off season, you're fired. Like that. It caught me by surprise.
We didn't see it coming. It was a blind
Nobody,
That's
in
right.
the league saw that coming. Everybody was like, "Are they serious? This is the worst decision." He automatically became the number one, possible hire. Blah blah blah. Man, let's push past that because it's just bringing me back. But with that being said, one thing about me is, especially with Miss Fins, I get very like super into every detail, and I go a little ham, and I just get too much, and sometimes I have to like bring myself out because when I go all in, I'm going all in, blinders on, people. Like I don't see nothing else except. So for me, I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't thrilled about McDaniel because I was like, "Who's this guy?" Like, last minute, no one wanted him. I was like, "What is he gonna bring?" Another. We just went from one rookie head coach to another rookie head coach. Like, here we go again. That's a Dolphin thing, That's so Dolphins of another rebuild, and everybody's like, "It's not a rebuild. What you'll see." I'm like, "New head coach."
Yeah.
It's a rebuild. So, however it ends up being, it's still a rebuild. But my gosh, that was very, very frustrating.
And then when
No,
Tyreek Hill came,
very.
when Tyreek Hill
When
came, though,
Tyreek came, oh, dude, I was on your show
I
live.
know
We were
you're
talking, and
I
and,
know.
and, and we were like,
We
no
all.
way. It was like
You,
less than 15 minutes. Like we were like, the news broke. Maybe they were, possibly. And then it was to, oh my God, we got Tyreek. I mean, you cried, I cried, definitely, because
I'm not saying I
that
cried,
was,
but there
yes, you
were
cried.
tears
You
coming
cried.
from my
You were
eyes. But
definitely
I'm not
crying.
saying I cried.
But the excitement was amazing because one of the things I said that we really need two positions. I still feel like we need veteran center and a veteran right tackle. But am I okay with having Dieter? Yes. As far as the right tackle, I think we have enough for us to be able to find one of the guys who are already, now it's their second year. They have experience, and we could see which was going to be a good fit between Liam and Jackson and even Kinley if he finally gets into the field. But as far as Tyreek, I couldn't believe it because I was like, wow, that's so not Dolphins for us to actually forget these draft picks and go get after a guy. I was like, wait, did we just got so we did something cool.
We did
Yay!
something cool.
Like the media, they were first like, boom, Dolphins, Tyreek. I was so happy. I was like, because they're always talking bad about us. They're always putting us down. They're always talking about how we never do anything and how we're like the worst. I'm telling you, they have it against us. It's because they're all jealous because of the 1972 perfect season. Here I said it. If you didn't know, now you know. But they all have it against us. And because of that, I was like, this is so frustrating, but that excited me so much. And then Tehran, and then, I mean, it was just back
Everything.
to
It was one
back.
thing. It was one thing
But the
after
funny
another.
part is, though, Steven, and I remember this on your show when I was on your show a week before, we were ready to murder Greer. We were like, get rid of him. He should have left with Flo.
I didn't say
And
that,
then
but I was like, "Where's the aggressiveness that I was
Steven,
promised?"
Steven,
I did say
the
that.
receipts are out there, sir.
You're right. You're right.
Exactly.
Don't
So
call me out.
I said
from
off
one
to the
week to
side.
the next, we were like, I love him so much. That's my GM, okay, people?
Dolphin J says, "I no
Yeah.
longer watch NFL Network. This is the place to be."
It's
Shout out
true,
to you,
though.
Dolphin J.
It's true. They give us not even 30 seconds for Dolphin coverage. We get maybe 13 seconds of, Dolphins did this.
You get 3
and now back
hours
to
here
the
every
Bills.
morning.
Like, what? Even the seventh round, I get all of the players are being called and things like that. And I was like, wait, they cut the commercial on our pick? I was so mad because I was recording it. I was so excited. I was like, I don't care if it's seventh, round, but they cut to commercial. I'm watching a commercial and then I missed the pick because it was underneath. Man, I'm telling you, but yes, these
All right.
Dolphins, oof.
They're good. All right, 305 Sports Page. What have you thought about the offseason so far?
Yeah, so the whole thing with the head coach search, I was hoping that we'd get a head coach with head coaching experience. Obviously, like Harbaugh was one of the guys I was looking at. And then they threw out this Mike McDaniel, not with an S, Mike McDaniel name. And I'm like, all right, well, he looks like a Starbucks barista. No judgment, whatever, right? And I'm like, no head coach experience, but obviously he's done great things out in the West. So, okay, then he comes, to Miami. He brings chocolate covered mousse cakes for like everybody. I'm like, geez, a man after my own heart. So that's like his favorite dessert, brings it for the whole staff and everybody. So that was great. And I love the press conference and everything. The one move that you guys did not mention that happened in the offseason was Devontae Parker going to the New England Patriots. I was like, bruh. Like, I had a feeling he was going to go. And Allie on my other show, we spoke about, like, hey, when somebody's going to go, it might be Devontae. But you go to the Patriots, the good news is the guy's always injured. So we'll be lucky to see him 1 out of 2 times a year, tops.
Yeah, but that one time will be against us. That's the problem.
Right. Yeah. So it was just like, dang, man, like, really, like, I never had a problem with Devontae. Like, injured, whatever. So that was a little shocking. I love the pickup of Teron Armstead. Obviously, that kind of got, I don't want to say pushed to the side, but with Tyreek signing, 48 hours later. But do not discredit Teron. Teron's going to be awesome for us. And then, obviously, with Cheetah and Waddle, Cheetah is going to be such a great role model for Waddle and really develop him into a leader, the potential that he has.
Cheetah and the Penguin.
But I know, I call him
the Penguin.
The Penguin. And then here's the thing that we didn't speak about too, is that I'll be honest, like Tua has all the weapons he needs to succeed. You got it to the right, you got it to the left, you got the blocking, you got the coaching. Like there cannot be any more excuses because Teddy will be ready to play if we need him to. And I don't even want to say that because I want Tua to be the guy. I want him to start every game. I want him to do fantastic. But this is the year where it's like, we can't play Russian roulette anymore. This is not like, we're going to experiment again. We cannot have another one of those years. Like, you have your tools in place, use them, and let's see what you got. Like, this is the year.
This is definitely the year. I would agree with that. Dolfreaky, I remember sitting with you last year at the draft. You and I had the chance to stay with you for, 3 days? And I remember having conversations with you of, I'm just over the Dolphins' mediocrity. I'm over them losing. I just want to see them do better and be better. They make these moves this all season. What do you think so far, Dolfreaky?
Like everyone said, what a roller coaster this offseason has been. Like straight up, like we automatically hit rock bottom with the freaking Flores thing and the tanking thing. And it's so, so frustrating. And then, okay, boom, here comes a new coach. We're ready, right? And he's got this fire about him and he's saying things that get the fan base hype. And he's nerdy, but he's cool. And they're calling him a genius. And it's like something different, right? Okay, like let's not get excited. Then we start making moves.
Get excited. Let's get excited.
And when Cheetah came, that's when I got excited. Then I was like, whoa, okay. Like we are ready to win now. Maybe we were taking our time a little bit. There were some growing pains in the beginning, but now we're ready, okay? So we're bringing in the big guns. I'm at work and I'm, going about my business and I get this notification on my phone and it's from one of my friends and he says, are we still going to the draft in Vegas because we don't have any more picks? And I'm like, what do you mean we don't have any more picks?
What are you talking about?
I'm like, what happened? And he's like, Tyreek Hill. And I straight up just hit the floor. And I'm like, no.
Oh, my God.
My staff is like, oh, my God, are you okay? I'm like, I can't do this. I'm running around I work in a pharmacy. I'm running around the shelves. I'm like, having a total freak out. I need like a paper bag.
Allie's no, I was on.
We were live.
Jolie was like live. Not on live, breathing into a bag. Like,
he was like,
my God.
Like,
yeah, exactly. All of us. Yeah.
No way that just happened. Because what was funny is my wife the entire time was like, Steven, if you guys just got somebody like Tyreek Hill, you guys would make the playoffs and be good. And I'm like, there's no way Tyreek Hill's ever going to be on the Dolphins.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
That's not the Dolphins.
The Dolphins. Dolphins don't do that.
The Dolphins move. The Dolphins make
exactly.
the move. My wife's first words were, I know more about the Dolphins than you, honey. I know what. I was like, hey, I
So
was like,
she
oh, you know what?
manifested
I ain't
this.
mad at you. If it brings us a Super Bowl win, please, no more. honey.
Here's to your wife for
Please.
manifesting that. Thank you.
Please.
Amazing. That is like the best thing that could have happened. Tyreek Hill has been one of my favorite players for so long. Like
Yeah,
for
of
real.
course.
Like if you were to ask me who one of my like non-Dolphin favorite players is, he would have been top of the list. And so I came home from work that day and my husband, like immediately, he's like, "You're gonna talk about Tyreek Hill, aren't you?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I'm like, for like
Obviously.
60 minutes talking his ear off. I'm like, "I can't believe this. I can't believe it. Can you believe it?" You know? And then it was like, "Okay, let's get on podcasts. Okay, 6 podcasts in 2 weeks. Let's go. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Everybody
Boom,
wants
boom,
to talk
boom,
about
boom.
it." Everyone was so excited, and it was so fun to like talk it out and like think about what that's gonna look like. And even still now, we're seeing these videos. Did you guys see this video of Tyreek? He's like, "I'm going to take on 40 female flag football players right now."
That was great.
And
That was awesome.
I'm like, "Oh my God, I can't wait to see that in the stadium, like from the deep end. Like, let's go." Right.
Mhm.
So it's very exciting to see like a power player like that join us.
All right,
yeah.
there's 2 other things I want to talk to you about before we get out of here. I want to remind everybody, hashtag Dolphin Chat, special episode tonight. Thank you for joining us. We're going to be on here a little bit longer. Make sure if you haven't done so already, what do they need to do, y'all? They need to hit
Hit
that
the like button and subscribe.
Subscribe.
and subscribe to the channel. Okay.
Yep.
And if you're able to donate to the channel, donations are welcome, whether that's through YouTube Live Super Chat or you're able to do that through Cash App or PayPal. All donations are greatly appreciated. All right. I want to ask you, I wanted to go over 2 more things. I want to give an update real quick on the Panthers game.
2-1, right?
2-1. Panthers update. We're at the second intermission. Panthers lead the Capitals 2-1.
Let's
With
go.
goals from Garreau and Bennett. By the way, your Rangers, Dolfriki, tied at 3 in the 3rd period, I think.
Oh, wow.
Oof. Okay.
So that's a close game too. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put you all on the spot. I want you all to ask a member of the panel one question. Can be about whatever. I want you all to ask a member of the panel one question you might have always wanted to ask them. So what we're going to do is we're going to go around the horn. And I'm going to start. Who do I want to start with? Who wants to go? Who wants to ask a question first to somebody on the panel? You can ask them whatever they want. Nothing's off. Well, maybe some things are off.
Yeah.
But nothing as far as I'm concerned. What do y'all want to ask to each other? Because this is the ladies' panel. I should just step
Oh,
back.
that's difficult. Oh,
Allie, I
may
have
I
a question
start?
for you. Actually,
Huh?
on behalf of Lou, why the Rangers?
Oh, well, my dad is at fault for that too.
Okay.
So he's from New York originally. So just, diehard Rangers through and through. And he would bring us to a lot of games because we lived in Pennsylvania. So it was close and we went to Madison Square Garden often. And it was just another one of those things, family thing.
Okay. Perfect.
That doesn't count. I meant Dolphins questions are questions.
Yeah.
Not horrible New York takes. We don't care about the Rangers around here.
I'm signing
all right.
off. See you later.
All right, Notice. You go first, Notice. Who do you want to ask? What do you want to
Yeah.
ask?
Well, may I cheat a little bit and ask the same question for the 4 of you girls?
Yes.
May I? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, because after we're talking about being a football or an NFL girl, a Dolphin girl in here, right, in the world,
Ladies
in this
of
men's
football.
in this men's world, right? So I since I started talking about all of this and even more the Dolphins, I have had to prove myself to every single guy in the world who watches me, right? I need to prove that I know something. I have been questioned, and I have had to answer questions that whoever could just Google, and that's it. But I want to know. I mean, because in Mexico, we still have that machista culture. That is a fact. That is a fact. So I want you to tell me, girls, when you started, doing this thing, your thing, what we love, how was it like for you? Because we got a lot of hate at the beginning, a lot. Like, girls, you don't know a thing. Like, really, females talking about NFL? Oh my God, no, it cannot be true. So I mean, it wasn't here. That wasn't here. But I would like to know whether your experience is different in there in the US. I would like you to tell me. I really want to know.
Can I go first?
Go ahead, Doll Freaky.
Okay, so this strikes a chord with me a lot. So when I'm out and about at the games, whether I'm with my husband or I'm with someone else, I hear this comment a lot, from other men about, oh, you taught her well. Oh,
Oh, no.
where'd you get her from? And I'm like, I literally want to rip your head off when you say that. But you know what?
I know.
Scoff and like walk off, right? I think one of the biggest things that I have done that like I feel like solidifies things in an instant is my tattoo. So people might see me from the front and they look and they're like, they do that like whatever. And then when they turn around and they see the tattoo, they're like, oh, this is a different thing.
You know.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then also, it's like when I meet people, I say, oh, just go follow me on Instagram, and they can look through the pictures and figure it out for themselves, But when you have a dolphin room and you have like this and that, to show off, then they take you more seriously. And I'm like, that's freaking ridiculous. Like, it shouldn't be like that. If you're,
Exactly.
Oh,
yeah, there you go.
Beautiful. We love it.
But I mean, sometimes you just have to have something like that. That's like, okay, shut up. This is who I am. So my tattoo does that for me, but also just give me 5 minutes of your time and we can talk, and then you can see what I know.
1,000%, Allie. It's the same thing. Like, you let me run my mouth for 30 seconds, you'll realize it's more than just a pretty face. Like, you will know that we know our stuff. And it seems like, and then of course you're like, oh, you're so, to the guys, oh, you're so lucky to have a girl like that and stuff. But the only mean stuff is more personal attacks. It's not like, oh, you don't know sports. I know sports. That's not the thing. They can't attack me because I don't know sports. What they do is the trolls trying to find other things to attack you because they know you know sports. What else? So that's like the only thing. I never get attacked because I don't know sports. That's the obvious. I know sports. But the hate side of it is that since I do know it and they want to shed hate, they find other things to be mean about.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I really had was just the mean side of people just trying to be mean.
I agree with that. We've talked about that before. Like, people will find anything about you to criticize sometimes.
Yeah.
And whether they might make it as a public comment, they might send it to you in your DM. And a lot of times it is in your DM because they wouldn't want anyone else to see how they're acting.
That's so true.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, it's sticks and stones,
Exactly.
And the thing is like, saying something to someone like you don't know anything. How can you even say that? You
Exactly.
don't
You
know
know
what's
me.
in my brain, and like the other girls have said, give me 5 minutes. And if some man were to say something like, oh, you've trained her well, which they have definitely said that kind of thing, my husband's like, ooh, I'm gonna back up and let her take care of this. He don't step in because he knows I'm fixing to be all up in there. But yeah, give me 5 minutes. Somebody will, say something. They'll be sitting next to me at a sports bar or something, and I've got on my jerseys and stuff like that, and they're thinking, oh, isn't that cute? And I'll say something, and they're like, oh,
She
really does.
Or like, oh, look at the cheerleader, look at the dancer. I get that at the Heat games. Oh, she's a dancer. Or, you want a bag? I can name my starting. I can name my whole entire squad and the backup. You know what I mean? They're so quick to judge.
It's true. And the other thing too, I mean, the one thing that I really have realized, and this happened before because we're ladies, they automatically think that we don't know because, oh, you don't play football, so you don't know anything about football. I've played football, and again, I will reiterate what I said earlier. Yes, it's flag football. We still have to have plays. We still have to have positions, and those girls still tackle. So I don't care what anybody tells me. And it's just frustrating because it's like, oh, okay, yeah, it makes sense that, but they don't take you seriously because they feel like, no, there's no way you know more than me. And it's like, so we have to go. It's like, it's not just about, oh, just showing. It's like, why do I have to crush you with all my knowledge to show you that, yeah, I know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then the other thing too, it's like, they'll say all this, but it's like, I don't see you on these panels.
No.
I love how you're tweeting away, or
they won't. They're
on
too
this
scared.
chat.
Keyboard
Come up
warriors.
here.
They
Come
won't
and have
launch
a
their own
discussion.
stuff. No.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It takes courage to come up here every day
Yeah.
Yes,
and
of
talk to
course.
people and tell them, guess what? I understand what your position is. I don't agree with it, period. And this is why A, B, and C. And it's just like, oh, we're ladies, so we can't talk about football or
Yeah.
sports in general because we
Of
don't know
course.
what we talk about. No, no. Thanks to whatever title it is, women do play sports, guys. If you didn't know that, and we
Title 9.
do, we thank you, Title IX, and we love sports too. So it's really frustrating because, like you said, Ashley, if they know you know sports, they will definitely use other things to attack you.
Fact.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I just honestly, what I found is I just laugh. I'm like, oh, that's all your brain could think of
That's
right
it.
now. Oh, that's
Yes.
so
You're saying my
adorable.
tan looks orange? What?
Oh, okay. You know
Yeah.
what? Hey, congratulations for coming up with that. Like, I
You,
don't get it. But guys, it's a hit or miss. Guys get impressed, other guys get intimidated, and it's like
Yeah,
I am who I am, whether you like it or not. So
you know,
exactly.
one of the reasons, if the guy on the panel, if the lone gentleman may talk and say something to that,
Go ahead. Go ahead. It's your
go
show.
ahead.
Go, go.
I
You
Not
got the
that we're
floor.
matching men or nothing, you know.
I feel so. I remember having this conversation with Allie about how important I think it is for women to have a voice within the Dolphin fan club, within the fan club of the Dolphins, within the
Yeah.
fan base. And I said that there's not enough of it at all. Number one, one of the ladies that I absolutely love and admire within the community, as far as the national level is concerned, is Joy Taylor. Love Joy Taylor.
Oh yeah.
And Joy, who I reached out to, she doesn't know me. I don't know Joy, but I tried to reach out to her to get around tonight. But I think she is somebody who she has the alternate chat or the alternate play by play, I think, on Amazon on Thursday nights. The coach's corner. She knows she's one of the smartest people that I know, and she doesn't get enough credit at all because A, she's Jason Taylor's brother, and
Right.
B,
Yeah.
she's beautiful, right? And so it's tough to. I've had this conversation with Allie where, hey, look, people are just going to look at you. It's a matter of A, how do you perceive you, right? And the people you surround yourself with, how do they perceive you as well? Your inner circle. That's what's important. So I know that having this today is a bit. I have a daughter. I have a daughter who's 6 years old, and I want her to know that she's the strongest person that I know in the world. She doesn't, as far as I'm concerned, my daughter's never going to have to rely on a man for anything. She's going to be so
Of
independent.
course.
That's what I want her to be. But I also want her to know the importance of good community. And I feel like that's what we have here. And one of the reasons I wanted to do this panel tonight was there is such a great community of Dolphin ladies that I think it's important that we talk to each other more and put ourselves out in front of the community more because I say we, I don't mean we, you all, but you get what I'm trying to say. You get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
We're picking up what you're putting down.
Who wants to ask the next question?
I'll ask.
Great, Pamela.
So, Jolie, Miss Fence, I'm always impressed with your X's and O's knowledge. I look at things a little differently, but you are X's and O's. Where did you get all that? Because I'm impressed.
Oh, well, first of all, Pam, I love you. And two, thank you for that. Honestly, it's more of I'm not even gonna pretend, and I know if he's watching, which I think he is, I have to give it up. But my younger brother, he is Mr. like
He knows X's
super
and O's.
insane. So kind of rubbed off on me, and plus the fact that sibling rivalry will always be there, so you kind of gotta one up everybody. So, but to be honest with you, it's a lot of work. A lot of people think that knowing those X's and O's is easy, and it's not. It's a lot of work and playing Madden and figuring all these other stuff. So it's not easy, but it's a lot of fun. And to be honest with you, I want to be able to represent women in the sport because Michelle Tafoya is one of my favorite And I know she retired or she was retired. Let's just leave it at that. But I love all these female sportscasters who have just completely changed sports for me, and
Yep.
they're so detailed and they know this stuff sometimes better than the guys too, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I'd rather watch her than like you guys. So for me, that's it, just the motivation of beating my brother and also being able to just provide the best content to show guys we can all learn it, which actually plug I will be doing a football 101 series because I feel like a lot of people don't know football in the X's and O's, and it's a lot of fun if you understand it. And I feel like it just broaden your horizon when you know what it is you're watching, and you can understand, the different positions for the receivers and the defense, and that is something that I think is exciting. So, off insanity, you're amazing too. So that's something that a series that I'm working on right now, but it's just great because that little bit of knowledge just makes a fan even to a super fan. Like they're ingrained. Like I'm
That's
there
true.
and I know what my team is doing. So that's essentially why. But thanks for the question.
You're welcome.
All right. Who? Dolfreaky 305 Sports Baby Miss Vince. Who wants to ask the next question?
I will.
Go ahead.
This is for Ash. So I want to know how you managed to stay involved with all the Miami teams. I know that for me, like staying abreast of football is enough, and I don't know how you do it. So I just want to know, kind of like,
Yeah, I would like to know too. Thank you, though, Freaky, for the question. I don't know.
yeah, that's something impressive to me. So just tell me a little bit about like your experience with that and how like would you have like constant alerts on your phone, or how do you like get all your information? Or are you just constantly like watching games, or how does that go?
Definitely no. So if someone wants to tell me who's your favorite team, I can't tell you. I have the same amount of love for the Heat that I do for the Dolphins. So those are like I can at least break it down to two. Basketball and football are like my favorite. And of course, I'm a huge Red Sox fan. I love the Marlins, and then the Panthers are doing fantastic. It is a full-time job, like I said before. Like, I follow them tremendously, and it's not just Lou, and I credit a lot of this to him. Yes, I was somebody before him, but he actually makes me a better person and helps me develop more of a fandom. Our life revolves around sports. He's in the other room watching the Panthers game, the Marlins game, so it helps tremendously having a partner who has the same passions as you. But it does get a lot. I mean, every day this week. Yesterday was a Heat game. Today's Panthers. Tomorrow, Heat game 2. Thursday, Panthers game 2. Friday, Heat game 3. So it is controlling, but it's what I love. So I have alerts on my phone that'll say, oh yeah, I just got alert that the Red Sox won. So I have the alerts, but it's something that I look forward to. And when I wake up, yes, I go on my social media, but I'm also like looking at the updates and stuff. So no, it can get a lot, but it's my passion, and I share it with somebody who has the same passion, so it helps me with it, and it's a beautiful thing, and I consider it a blessing. And but it is like the Dolphins are a big part, but just as much as I love the Dolphins, I'm not gonna lie to you, the Heat right now. I'm thinking about game 2 tomorrow, so no, it's a dull blessing, and I don't take it for advantage, and I love it, and I hope that I share it a little bit onto you guys and turn you into like Heat fans and Red Sox fans and Marlins fans and convert you.
Florida Marlins fan though,
right, easy
Ashley.
there, easy.
I'm a Florida Marlins fan. I've said this before. I'm not a Miami Marlins
You
fan.
did
I'm a
say I know,
Florida Marlins fan because they're the one. That's who I grew up with watching, and that's who won the 2 pennants. So I will
Yeah.
stick to them. That's who broke my heart too. That's why I say Loria is the worst owner ever. But with
I
that
couldn't
being
be
said,
just one identity. I admire what you guys do. You the Dolphins, but I just have so much passion for, like I said, the Heat that I share my love. It's like you have kids. Al, you love your kids equally. I love my teams equally. So it's tough, but I wouldn't change anything about it. So that's
I,
why do what it
I
is.
agree with Ali. It's the love is there. It's just putting in the work. How you do it, I mean, it's amazing because even just doing one team alone with everything else that we have going on, and we're all working women, guys. If you didn't know, yes,
Oh
we can cook, we can clean, we can work, we can
yeah,
still do
amen.
dolphins and sports. Okay,
And out
so
talk
I
all
can't
y'all
cook.
about the Dolphins. And what?
exactly. But it's definitely not easy, and people don't understand how.
Yeah.
I didn't understand what it was to be a YouTuber until I started doing it, and I have
You know
even
what,
more
Miss Vince?
appreciation about what you guys do.
it's so funny you bring that. So I know I have two of y'all that have questions left. Before I do that, I said there would be a special guest tonight. And I want to bring in that special guest real quick because this person wants to come on and say hello to all of you and ask you one question and give a big shout out to y'all. So without further ado, one of the person that's influenced me a lot, and I know has been a big influence to some of you here on the panel, at least the ones who do YouTube, Mr. TD Finch Talk, ladies and
Don't
gentlemen.
say special.
Hi.
Don't say special, Steven.
No, I had to, man. I had to, buddy. I'm not the only guy anymore. I was being overtaken. I didn't know what to do.
They didn't beat you up, did they?
They didn't. No, not too bad. Not too bad. I was scared. I was scared for a minute.
We were nice.
He's cried twice, TD. He's cried
I only
twice.
cried twice.
That's true. I saw you. Yeah.
Flip flopper cry. I have a question for you, ladies. I have a question for you, okay? It's
Perfect.
a tough question, you know, and I'm a very controversial person in the community.
No,
okay?
you're
I
not.
think
You're
everybody
not
knows that.
controversial at
Here
all,
it
bro.
comes. Just say it.
I have a real football question for you, okay? And now some of you may not like this question because Pamela's gonna beat me up, but anyway.
We're not answering questions about Tua today.
That was about you. Okay.
He knew exactly where it was gonna go.
We knew it. We knew it.
Fingers if you don't know.
Women's intuition.
It wasn't about Tua.
Okay, sure.
Fair game then.
It was about Tom Brady being our quarterback next year.
Oh my God. No, come on. We were fine.
I want to know if something like that actually happened, would you all be able to deal with it?
No.
We don't talk
Oh
about
my gosh.
Brady. No.
No.
It's a fair question.
No, it's not a fair question. It's a
It is
TD
not.
Finstock question.
Come on. Why would you say that? You're so mean.
They're telling me to
It
kick
would
you off
hurt
the
to
chat.
win
They're
with
telling
him,
me
I'll
to kick
tell
you
you
off.
that.
They're like, how you let this guy come up in here and talk about this man like
No,
that?
I'm just joking. It was about Tua, but I'll freaking just shut that down. So I had to make up another alternate one on the fly, man. But no, but ladies, what do you all think about this season? What do you expect? Though?
We already been over that. You've been doing your thing.
Not expectations though.
11 wins
expectations.
minimally. 11 wins minimally.
Like, what do you expect? Play like how far will we go?
AFC East champs.
Super Bowl? We're
Super
going
Bowl
to the
for me.
Super Bowl?
Super Bowl for me.
AFC East champs, but not Super Bowl
In
yet.
the path,
Not yet.
AFC East. Okay.
division.
AFC is definitely. I think that we can be a great competition for the Bills. Really, I do.
I believe that.
I do.
I agree.
How many games do you think you all win this year? Do we win against the Bills this year? 1, 2,
We take
0.
both. We take both.
I'm not as brave as Ashley over there, but I would, for sure.
That's a
splitting
tough statement
minimum.
to say. We're going to beat Buffalo twice.
We're
That's-
As long as we
I
don't
say-
play in Buffalo in December, like if we play them early at there, I think we're fine. Tua doesn't play.
Yeah,
them in the
maybe.
cold, we know that.
That's why the schedule release part night is going to be everything. Knowing
Yeah.
when these games are, I cannot wait. I am so excited about the schedule release.
Heck yeah.
Well,
So-
Yeah, me too.
being smart when you play Buffalo in Miami, you have to be smart.
Yeah.
Because you use that heat, you just keep running the ball, pounding them, 4 quarters, pounding. Eventually, they're gonna go.
They're gonna become chicken wings.
Like what we did to the Ravens. We pounded the Ravens in primetime last season.
That's right.
Same thing to them. Run it down their throat. Lamar
Yes.
who? Run it down their throat.
Lamar, who exactly?
So
He
so
wasn't
who-
even there.
Who's I have this question as well because I get asked this a lot, and you all are probably more apparel savvy than I am. Whose jersey is the safest one to buy right now?
Waddle.
Dan Marino.
Oh, see,
That's a
I
good
know
one, though.
Dan Marino. That's a cop-out answer.
It's the true answer.
It is the
That's
truth,
true.
but still, that's too easy. Give me a current player.
Yeah, no.
I got
Okay, now you know
Waddle. That's
what?
a good one.
I am, since I watch him being drafted live right there at AT&T, so I would say Gesicki. I would say Gesicki, definitely.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
This one?
That jersey that Miss Spence has, I like it.
Oh my God.
I am a huge, if you don't already know this, because I know this is.
I love him.
Yes, He's my favorite player. TD knows this. I rock with Gesicki, and yes, I will ride with Gesicki. I don't care if he's traded anywhere else. This jersey
exactly.
trained. Like,
all right, TD, I let you come on. Your 5 minutes is over. You said you wanted to come up here with the ladies. It's time for you to go.
I'm getting kicked out again. Bye, ladies.
Bye.
Thank y'all so much for the great
It was amazing. Thank you.
TD wanted to come on and say hello to you guys.
That
So
was
I had
so nice. So nice of him.
All right, 2 more questions because I know we're running up against the clock, and it's Dolfreaky's birthday, and we still got to sing happy birthday to her in a little bit.
That's right.
But
we
got 305 Sports Babe and Miss Finn's questions. Who wants to go first? What question do you have?
I asked the Rangers question. You want to ask the Dolphins question?
Oh, that's true.
You got to, I don't count the Rangers question. That doesn't count.
Okay,
that's true.
All right. Favorite Dolphin of all time. Okay, for me, obviously, you guys know it was Anthony. I'm losing my voice. Anthony. Okay, so Anthony Fasano was my favorite player of all time. Favorite Dolphin player of all time.
Jason Taylor.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I met him too. His hands are huge.
Favorite Dolphins player of all time.
My favorite Dolphin player of all time is Jason Taylor.
She's a Jason Taylor girl. Yeah. Her son named after Jason Taylor.
Pamela. That's true.
I gotta go by decades. Which decade?
All time.
Pamela, you're only like 25 years old, so we can only go off.
Yeah, that's right. That is right.
They got 2 decades to do.
See, I knew. I wasn't playing around. Go ahead, Pamela.
So I have to take like Mark Duper. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, Jason Taylor. I have like 3 jerseys. I have Zach Thomas, Cameron Wake. I mean, and of course Dan Marino, but Duper, at being on the field, dude. It was awesome.
Oh, I wish. Oh,
Notice, who's your favorite of all time? Who's your favorite, Notice?
Well, since I already told you that I fell in love with the Dolphins because of Dan Marino, so I would have to say him. 100%. And then I have Jason Taylor, of course.
For me, I think it goes, the obvious choice is always Dan Marino, right? But if I wasn't saying Dan, I think it's a 3-way tie, believe it or not. And I gotta go Ricky Williams.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go OJ McDuffie.
Okay.
Because I just enjoyed watching OJ. And then it's Jason Taylor. And Zach Thomas. So 4-way tie.
See?
Of course.
You're cheating now. That was not the question. You had to pick one.
It's my channel. I can answer it any way I want.
You mentioned the whole roster. Come on, the whole roster.
Fine. Brock Marion, Patrick Surtain, Sam Madison. They're all great.
Absolutely.
They're all amazing.
So for my question,
choose one of my grandchildren. I can't do it.
Oh man. So for my question, let me see here. I'm gonna go international. Notice, and the rest of the ladies, including Steven, can answer this. But honestly, Notice, seeing that you're literally in another continent or country, what would you say is your biggest hurdle in getting more, like, building your fandom, like your fan network? What would be the biggest hurdle that you've had to overcome, would you say?
Oh my God. Well, being so far away. I hate it. I mean, sometimes I think that this has been very difficult for me because I mean, having the possibility to, I mean, having the dream to go to a game someday, to be there and to know people. I mean, it wasn't possible for me. It was impossible. And also, spreading the word in here in Mexico, like, oh my God, how do I do to convince people and to show people that Dolphins are, the mightiest team, whether you like it or not, and they are the only perfect team, and, to let them know. It has been so difficult, but, being far away, I think. But I have felt very embraced by my community here. So I have everything to I mean, I have to thank them because of this opportunity, because I'm here because of them. And even though it has been very difficult, I have had all of these opportunities because of them. So I think that maybe it is not that bad being a Dolphins fan in Mexico, after all.
That's awesome.
That's
And I
great.
guess the same thing would be for, I mean, I know 3 or 5 of you here, and
Yeah.
Freaky's here too, and Pam,
Yeah.
you're here too. But you guys are still not in South Florida like I am. You know, I'm the only one literally down here. Even though
Not
I
in
think
Miami
Ash,
Beach.
no, yeah, I was gonna say Ashley,
Yeah.
you're here too.
Yeah.
But being down here, you guys are so far away.
Yeah.
How is it to have that connectivity, I guess, with the team? Pam, and
Well,
then Freaky.
so the connectivity just comes natural for me to be a Dolphin fan. I mean, it like I said, I just was born into that. But as far as like building a fan base or connecting with people, that kind of thing, I'm from a totally different generation. There was no social media, there wasn't cell phones, there wasn't any of that. And I literally started streaming the games as a necessary thing to help other people be able to see the game. So it's never been about like building a fan base or anything like that. It's cool to get to know people that I would never get to know. Known in Mexico, there's no way we would meet unless we, met
That's
up.
right.
And Miss
Yeah,
Prince,
yeah.
we met.
Yeah.
Dolph Freaky, Sports Babe, we all met at the
Miami Fan Weekend.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And I mean, that was so cool. And there were people, going like, Pamela, hey, I love you. And I'm like,
I was one of them.
you. Yeah, you were one of them. I think it was my voice you heard. Not you didn't
It was your.
recognize
I didn't
me.
even see you. I heard you first. So that's how I knew
That's
it was
usual.
you. And don't forget, since you're also far away, like how is it for you?
Yeah, I'm about 2 hours from the stadium, so I don't really even consider that far away, like compared to where I started from, which is in Pennsylvania. And back then, like social media, like we didn't have the Zoom thing. Like think about this, like before COVID, we didn't even really do Zooms. And like now, look what we're doing. Like we're doing Zooms everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So like we didn't really have social media as much, and so I didn't even know there was a Dolphins fan club in my town in Pennsylvania. I never knew until I ended up moving down here, and now like very much ingrained in social media. So that definitely keeps me connected, and then definitely also being like a fan club leader, we kind of have our own like fan club leaders group chat, and so I always know what the other fan clubs are doing, and I have group chats with people from all over the place. But just Twitter and everything, just like it helps to keep everyone connected, so it's really special. And then obviously going to the games is huge. People
Yep.
shake your hand and you remember their face and they take a picture with you and you're like, oh yeah, like you're the one from Brazil, like you're the one from Germany and everything. So
Yeah.
that's really special to be able to like actually go to the games, to go to the fan events and meet people in person.
All
I
right.
agree.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
First of all, I just want to say this has been awesome. This has been amazing. The last 2 hours hanging out with you, I've enjoyed this. We could talk for so many more hours, and we would.
Yeah, seriously.
We could totally do it. But what I have two big things. One last question is I want you to go around and do your final thought, and in your final thought, because I do final thoughts of the day on my morning show, I want you to talk about what should fans not do on social media to you, aka. Okay, because I bring this up because I gotta bring this up, Ashley.
Oh my gosh, go ahead.
Was it Ashley or Dolph Freaky? They sent you talk about feet. Who was that?
We all got that same message.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I didn't know this. I always thought it was just one. That's even funnier.
Feet are like the
Okay.
least thing. Like it gets so much worse than just the feet thing.
Okay, so what I want to do is I need people to know how to act on social media. They need to act right. So there needs to be some education here. There shouldn't have to be, but we're going to. We're going to educate some Dolphin fans tonight. So do your final thought and don't leave because we're going to do one more thing for Dolph Freaky before we get out of here. But go ahead and do final thoughts first, and we'll start with Dolph Freaky actually.
Okay, so as far as things not to do to us on social media, don't send dick pics.
Yes.
That was
Please.
say that.
Please.
I
Don't
was gonna
do
say
it.
that.
Oh my gosh.
Don't
This
ask
is
for
not
phone
the morning
numbers.
show. I guess we can talk about it.
So that's number one.
Yep.
That's the worst of it. Also, read our bios, look at our pages before you start to ask questions about how we became a fan, how we did this, how we did that, because chances are we have explained this to 15,000 people before. So it helps if you kind of read my
Even
bio
on
maybe a little bit.
Even on Tonight Show. We said it
Yeah.
again.
Yeah. And please don't hit on me. Like, it's just, I'm married. Everyone knows that. Like, I get so tired of like people trying to shoot their shot. And it gets old. So I'm not interested, really.
Brick.
So,
Over here building the house with all these bricks.
thank you.
Sheesh.
But please, let's talk about football. Let's talk about the Dolphins. Like, let's talk about anything else, really.
Let's
I wanna
talk about the
connect with everyone.
Dolphins, babe. Let's talk. All right, I was trying to put the Dolphins in there. All right, Ashley, what about you?
All right. Well, don't ask to see pictures of my feet. I promise you, like, I'm definitely more belly button up. Everything else below.
I just want to say it's the funniest thing. It's not funny, but it's funny the way you put it. And I was crying.
I was sent the guy a picture. I was like, oh, I have pigeon feet, and he's like, what's that mean? I'm like, I only have 3 toes, and I sent him a gif of a pigeon with 3 toes, and I'm like, I walk like that, which I don't. I have 5 toes in each foot, but so don't ask me for my feet. You know what I mean? Like, no. But do reach out to me if you come down to South Florida. Be more than happy to tell you what areas to stay at. I did live in Fort Lauderdale for many years in Weston, and now I am in South Beach, Miami Beach area. So do reach out to me for travel recommendations. As far as hitting on me, I'm not married, but I do have a significant other, so you can try to shoot your shot, but
it's not gonna work out. Lose the man.
He's with me 24/7. But no, definitely do reach out if you have travel questions or anything we can help with. Just don't ask to see pictures of my feet.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right,
Just not my feet.
Don't ask to buy.
Question.
Don't ask to buy my underwear either.
Ew.
I will echo everything these.
Just so you know, I've never had.
Already,
just so you know, I've never had any of these.
Just say you don't wear any.
I don't have to.
Commando.
Who wears underwear?
Oh,
Miss Vince?
yes. To echo all of that too. Let's keep it Dolphins related, people. Let's not go personal because that's just really weird and awkward. And at this point, it's like, it's none of your business. If I haven't said it, it's because it's none of your business. If you want to know about it, it's still none of your business. So at the end of the day, let's talk about the Dolphins and just keep it Dolphins related because it could get a little creepy, and at the end of the day, we are ladies, but I will say this, you will have a very, very unpleasant experience. That's all I'm going to say because I can't say what I really want to say for
yes,
a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I can't. I can't. Let's
just say you. Let's just say
We'll leave it at that.
Miss Finns might have buried some bodies before. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, not at all.
We got what? Don't freaky. What they got a lot of swampland down here, don't they? A lot of swampland.
We could hide a body real good.
Real good.
They will never know.
What's wrong? The gators come out.
The gators,
Gatorland,
right.
baby.
And they just eat the whole body.
The whole
thing.
Without a trace.
Pamela, what about you?
Well, so I'm pretty much an open book. Like, you can ask me all kinds of questions, but I've been married for 37 years and I am not about to, I am a one-man woman. I got that man and that's my man. And I do like, when people say, oh, your husband's lucky. I mean, that's sweet stuff.
That's
so
nice.
many sweet things. It's so kind. But, the dick pic thing, I definitely, I can't even believe some of the pictures. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. But I'm an open book. You can pretty much ask me anything.
Nonis, what about you?
Yeah, you know what? I think that I'm kind of like Pamela too, because I pretty much say everything that I think
No,
on
I
Twitter.
won't make
Well,
fun of you.
on Twitter and Instagram and whatever. I always say what I think. And so you can ask me to whatever you want. Now, I may answer or not answer, right?
That is
But yeah, and I'm very nice. Also, I'm very polite, really. So if you really want to talk to me about our team and you know decent things, of course I will talk to you. I mean, I answer DMs. Yes, why not? I have met incredible people like that, and gotten opportunities, great opportunities like this one, like that. But the same, right? I mean, if I don't, I mean, if I'm not like, I don't look open to something else, then don't ask. You just can talk to me about our team, and then maybe, who knows, right? Who knows? But I'm not married, okay? So, well, you know,
Holla.
Notice said shoot your shot. That's what Notice said.
yeah. So,
Now,
hilarious.
what I want, there's a few reasons I brought some of these topics up tonight about the significant others, about this. I feel like there's a lot of disrespect, there's a lot of hate and bullying on social media and through stuff. And you all know I'm Mr. Spread Kindness. I love talking about spread kindness, spread positivity, spread love. And there's a big world that we live in today where negativity and depression and anxiety live. And
yes, of
and you
course.
never know what somebody's going through. And it's just about being respectful to other people and being respectful to your fellow Dolphins. And I know that sounds cliche to say in elementary, but it's true.
No, it's true. And one thing too, Stephen, about that is just because things look all candy and
Yep.
cupcakes and roses doesn't mean, that somebody's life is perfect.
So
So don't look
true.
at your life and
100%.
say, oh, it's horrible. I wish my life could be like yours. No, everybody's life is tough.
We only
Everybody's
show you
not-
what
Yeah.
we want to show you on social
Yeah.
media. You don't
Exactly.
Exactly.
people.
Yeah.
Exactly. And on top of that,
Well,
too,
I also talk about bad things. Yeah, and my sadness and everything. So, but yeah, that's true. I mean, we only show what we want to show. So don't think that our life is perfect. I mean, it's perfect because we're Dolphin fans, right? That part is perfect, but the rest of it, well, may not be.
That'd be me. That'd be me, AA. I'm the most handsome Dolphin fan. That's neither
Of
here.
of course, that's true.
MCJB says, since nobody dominated, I got you. Good show tonight. Shout out to the family.
Aw.
Thank you, MCJB. I
Nice.
appreciate
So
it, bro.
sweet.
Thank you,
Thank you.
JB. He's got a
Um,
great song for sure.
All right,
But
he does. All right, now last thing, Dolfreaky, I need you to know that you are a big reason that the Dolphins ladies panel happened tonight because you were one of the very first to do this. You were my sister from another mister. I love you. And you came on your birthday. So we're going to sing happy birthday to you right now. Okay?
Thank you,
In English
Steven.
and Spanish. We'll do it English and then we'll do
I don't know the
Spanish.
Spanish.
We'll do it.
I will sing in Spanish, of course.
Feliz cumpleaños.
Dios a ti.
Alright,
I don't know the words.
Feliz
I'm dancing.
cumpleaños, querida Ali.
Oh, she can sing.
Happy birthday to you.
I can.
birthday to
Great.
To
you.
you.
Oh.
Happy birthday to. Oh, I thought we were
Happy
continuing.
Happy birthday.
We're happy here,
to
ladies. You
Dolfreaky.
literally left me halfway.
Happy
here.
birthday to
To you.
you.
Are you one?
Are you this? Are you this?
Oh, Freaky, if you could have, I know you're not. Wah.
This is
Yeah.
absolutely perfect. I love the harmony, the togetherness. It's so
I don't know what
beautiful.
y'all talking
One
about.
sin.
This
know?
is it right here. This is $1 million record right here.
I love it.
Right
Hey
here.
guys, we sound very very good
We're like the
together.
Spice
We should do
Girls
something.
No,
Solo
it's
Yes.
you.
Solo
That
D
makes
needs to
perfect. You
sing
know
it
what I
for y'all.
mean? We'll be
Yeah, he
picking
needs
Solo
to.
D. Yeah, Solo D might be onto something.
There
Thank
you
you
go.
guys.
so,
Thank you very much.
I want, I'll let you all sign off in your own way, and then I'll sign off, and we'll get out of here for the evening. Tell people where they can find you. Tell people where they can follow you at, and what you got going on. We'll start out with Miss Finns. Miss Finns, start with you.
Well, guys, hello, it's Miss Fins. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's been awesome and exciting with being with all these lovely ladies, which watch out, ladies, because I too will be doing a ladies panel. So I will be reaching out to all of you to come on. But this has been great. Again, I am Miss Fins. You can find me literally everywhere. Miss Fins, MISSPHINS. MISSPHINS and MISSPHINS. I mean, it's Miss Fins. It's easy. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram. Obviously, I do have my show on YouTube. It's awesome, exciting. I like to do morning shows, educational shows. I do come on panels too, like Stevens and things like that, and TDs. And actually, I do have a weekly standing show on TD Finstock's channel. Wednesdays at 8 p.m. So tomorrow night I will be live 8 p.m. on TD's channel. It's gonna be awesome, and we talk about different topics and things like that, and also bring panels too. But guys, Miss Fins everywhere. Love you guys. It's been so much fun because this is awesome. Like, ladies,
Love you back, girlfriend.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome, Ms. Pamela.
So, Steven, I can't thank you enough for doing this panel. I can't thank you enough for giving me a place to talk Miami Dolphins football like as much as I want. I'm on Facebook, Pamela Carnes. I'm on Twitter because you made me get a Twitter.
I did. I was like, Pamela,
and she got a logo too now. She got a logo too now.
So it's Pamela Dolfan, and I'm Facebook is our group is Forever Dolphin Fans. You can join. You can see my stream there when games start. But so much love to you girls. I enjoyed it so much.
Notice.
Me too.
Okay, so I'm gonna do it as I always do it, right? And then I'll continue. So
you do your thing.
Okay, I'll do my thing. Hermanos cetáceos y no cetáceos. Of course, that's why I was you. Like cetacean and non-cetacean siblings.
Did you just say that? Did you say that Steven is the most amazing YouTuber?
Yeah, that exactly.
Okay.
That's what I said.
Got it.
Yeah,
I just needed somebody to put my head up tonight. I appreciate that. Thank you.
That is my thing. I always like hermanos cetáceos instead of just dolphins is like my thing. So yeah, I mean, thank you again, Steven, for giving me the opportunity to share this time with these amazing ladies. It's great. It's amazing. It's rewarding. It's just another level experience. Well, and where can you find me? You can find me at Ilse Nonis on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. I'm always talking about Miami Dolphins, and also we have a professional football team here in Chihuahua. We have a new league in Mexico. So I'm right now also covering up for that for my team in Chihuahua. And we have actually some former NFL players too. So that's why I get too excited about it. So you can find me talking about that too. So it is all football, NFL, Miami Dolphins. Also, you can find me at Football Girls and X. Also in all social media, and Dolphins Nation Mexico. Come on, everybody's welcome. You know it, and that's it. You can find me teaching sometimes, and I also talk about dolphins when I'm teaching. So I spread the word every day. Thank you so much.
I love it, Notice. I love it. All right, 305 Sports Babe.
305 Sports Babe. Find me on Twitter, Instagram. I also have the website, www.305sportsbabe.com. Anything related to South Florida travel, you come down here for looking for hotels, what area to stay, what airport to fly into. Miami, but Fort Lauderdale's a lot easier. Where do you want to stay? Check out my website. I also have a podcast, Bad Calls, Balls, and Brawls. About an episode once a week, heavily focused on all Miami sports. Right now, really big with the Miami Heat and the Panthers and their journey throughout the playoffs. But yeah, 305 Sports Babe, that's me.
I'm just waiting to come on as a guest.
Been fantastic. I have so much love for all you guys. You
Same
make
here.
me a better person, and
We love you.
Thank you,
Don't
Steven.
cry.
Love you.
Don't cry. You're gonna make me cry, and then we're all gonna cry.
Yeah,
Except
I'm
you.
just cry. I want to cry too. I'm so
I'm just
excited.
stuffy.
These are tears of joy, okay?
These are tears.
Yeah.
Doll Freaky, birthday girl.
So, first of all, thank you guys so much for the birthday celebration and the beautiful singing. Thank you. Big thank you to social media and everybody out there today for all the birthday love, because it was extremely overwhelming and beautiful. And I appreciate all the pictures and the memories and all of it. So, thank you guys so much. And just thank you all in general, all of you in this panel, Stephen, you included, for like all of the support along the way. Like, I would cease to exist if I didn't have a support of my fellow Dolphins fans. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm so proud of each and every one of you. And I appreciate how unique and different each one of you are and how much light you bring to the Dolphin fan base. So thank you for that. You can follow me at Dolfreaky on Instagram and Twitter. Allie Goodman on Facebook. I also have Southwest Florida Dolphin Club on all media outlets as well. Right now, we are doing a month of May fitness challenge just for Dolphins. So me and my friend Mianne, we're doing this little fitness challenge. So reach out to me if you have any interest in doing that. We're only on day 3, so there's plenty of time to get involved with that. I am literally so sore right now from these workouts already, but this is all good. Like getting ready for the beach bash and everything. So if there's any Dolphins out there interested in doing that, let me know. And oh my gosh, there's so many things. Also, I just started a nonprofit called Dolfreaky's Friends, and I'm just waiting for some final legal stuff to get done, and then I'm underway with that. So I'm just looking to spread like a little more joy and just get some things done in the community. And I know like with the support of Dolphin Nation and everything, like anything is possible. So I figured let's do something different like that. And yeah, just reach out to me if you guys ever, need help with anything, or if you're looking to start a fan club or whatever it is, reach out.
Well, I just want to say that I love all of you. All of you have been a big, important part of what I do on a week in, week out day. And I have my good times and I have my bad times. And a lot of you have been there for conversations of both. And I know that I'm going to keep on keeping on because of Dolphin Nation. Y'all are the best. Thank you so much for coming on and taking the time out of your day to spend some of your time with me tonight. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you so much, all of you.
Thank you, Steven.
Thank you. Thank you, Steven. Thank you, lady.
Everybody in the
Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias. All right. Make sure y'all follow Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. We got a lot of stuff coming up this week. Make sure you check it out. For the ladies, Dolfreaky 305 Sports Page, known as Pamela and Miss Fins. We will see y'all next time right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. We'll see y'all. Bye. Peace.
Bye.